it's all right. Could have been worse. It could have been eggs. Where have you been? You've been gone for hours.
Oh, I couldn't help it. I am so excited, Lucy. I am so excited. I got it. I got it. I got my license.
Well, congratulations. I didn't know you were engaged. When's the wedding?
Not a marriage license, Tilly. My real estate license.
Your real estate license?
And you didn't even think I could pass the test.
Do you really mean you're going to try to sell real estate?
Well, of course. Why not?
Because you shouldn't work. You should just loll around and lead a lazy life and live in the lap of luxury. Remember, you're the Countess Framboise.
Remember, I'm also Rosie Harrigan, and I like to eat.
Well, all I can say is good luck. And if I happen to run into anyone who needs a royal real estate agent, I'll be very happy to recommend you.
Thank you, dearie.
Well, after all, what are friends for if it's not to lend a helping hand?
You're right. And if you ever need a helping hand, just yell.
Okay. Ow, Rosie!
Boy, you sure collect in a hurry.
Oranges.
Yes, and next time you buy these things, you ought to bring them home one at a time.
I had trouble getting them home all the way up
nice.
to the store.
Is this a private crap game, or can anybody get in? Countess!
Oh, Mr. Money.
Oh, that's Mooney. Oh, you've been out of there. Naughty girl. Oh, didn't want to. May I? Oh, there. Yes, indeed. But, yeah. Hello. Countess, I hurried over here to warn you. The president of our bank asked me if you would lend your name to a commercial enterprise.
He did?
Yes, of course, I was highly indignant.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yes. I said to him, sir, you are not dealing with a commoner. The name of Countess Framboise is one of the oldest and noblest in all of France. The very mention of money matters would be very insulting.
Yes, and it's been so long since I've been insulted.
Exactly.
But thank you very much, Mr. Mooney, for your interest. Oh. Mr. Mooney's very gallant, isn't he, Lucy?
Oh, yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mooney. It's very nice of you to protect the Countess from these crass money-making schemes.
Yes. Well, I must be running along now, Countess. I'm planning a surprise for my wife.
Oh, how nice. What is the surprise?
Well, my wife is back east, and when she comes back here, I want to surprise her with a lovely new apartment I found.
You're moving?
Into a new apartment.
Where is it?
Yes, how big is it?
Have you signed the lease yet?
No, I haven't signed the lease. I'm going over with the broker this afternoon to see it again. Oh, it's a lovely apartment.
Oh, gee, I don't know why anybody'd want to live in a place like that.
Well, people who like to live on a high with a... What are you driving at?
Well, you see, Mr. Mooney...
He has a friend who's in the real estate business.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Countess. I'm glad you told me. Yeah. Mrs. Carmichael, any friend of yours is a friend of yours, and I don't intend to make them a friend of mine. I'll find my own apartment. Wow, Countess. Oh, it's been such a pleasure. I assure you. I miss you. Goodbye, Miss Carmichael.
Rosie, why didn't you tell him you were the friend in the real estate business?
And have him think I'm a commoner. No thanks.
Well, Rosie, that settles it. You have just got to rent an apartment to Mr. Mooney.
Oh, that's impossible.
Well, now, Rosie, listen. Could you show him a beautiful apartment that's spacious, high up with a view, and that's in a new building?
Well, yes, I have one like that, but what's the use?
Well, now, don't give up. I'll think of some way to get him up there to see it.
Oh, forget it. By the time you get him up there, you'll wind up old and gray.
That's it!
What's it?
Wind me up and make me old and gray.
Yes, 3 o'clock would be fine. It's a lovely apartment. I've already sold... 3 o'clock. I'll call you back. Yes?
Young man, I'm looking for Theodore J. Mooney. Where'll I find him?
You're talking to him.
Oh, heaven.
What can I do for you?
Well, there's a little matter of $100,000 I'd like to discuss.
Oh, well, that isn't a little matter. No, indeed. Oh, come in. May I help you?
No bother. There's no need to be a Boy Scout. I may be 90, but I'm very well preserved.
Here we go.
Watch it, Buster.
I didn't catch the name.
I didn't throw it.
Is it Miss or Mrs.?
It's Mrs.
Miss.
I've been married 7 times. One husband richer than the other.
And what is the name?
Mrs. Huntington Thorndike Smithers Jones Hotchkiss. They were brothers Belford. How's that for a parlay?
Now, about this $100,000.
What about it?
Well, you mentioned something about $100,000?
I did?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. You see, there's a whole bunch of us rich little old ladies that live in Cucamonga. And we belong to the same card club.
Oh, a fun game, bridge.
It's poker, honey. That's where the money comes from. Every week we feed that kitty.
A $100,000 kitty?
Yeah, it's a big cat now. Now then, would you like to invest it for us?
Oh, indeed I would. Yes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll get a deposit slip.
Not so fast, Sonny. You look honest and friendly enough to me, but we have to find out first if you cut the mustard with the other girl.
Well, I'd be happy to meet the other members of your club whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, well, it's convenient today at 3 o'clock in my apartment.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I have a previous engagement at 3.
Okay, I'll find another banker.
But I'll break it.
Sunset Apartments, 18B. Track Team Vassar, 19-3.
Made it. It's 5 minutes to 3. Oh, Rosie, this is a beautiful apartment.
I told you it was. Now let me show you where things are before Mr. Mooney gets here.
Okay.
Now, over there,
Yeah.
in that door right there,
There he is.
Oh, dear, I am so nervous. He's liable to blow his top.
No, shh, don't worry. Don't worry now, Rosie.
Well,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I've been had! Little old lady from Cucamonga, indeed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mooney, but it was the only way I could get you up here.
Get me up here for what?
To show you this beautiful apartment.
Mrs. Carmichael, you tricked me. Don't you think an apology is in order?
All right, Mr. Mooney, I apologize.
But I refuse to accept. Countess! Come! What are you doing here? What? Don't tell me that you, too, were duped by that red-headed Mata Hari.
Yes, Mr. Mooney, I'm afraid I, too, was tricked into coming up here.
Oh, Mrs. Carmichael, how could you? What a dastardly thing to do. How... May I escort you out of here?
Maybe.
Yes.
Now, you wait a minute. As long as you're here, you might as well look at the apartment.
Now, out of my path, woman!
Now, just a moment, Mr. Mooney. When commoners trick you, I find that it is best to humor them.
Very well said, Count.
Thank you.
All right, I'll look.
Oh, good. And you won't regret it, Mr. Mooney. Now, let's see. Where should we start?
Well, what about the bedroom?
Oh, yes, the bedroom right here, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, yes, I'd like to see that. Yeah. Oh, after you.
Oh. Now, not until you have at least looked at the view.
All right, if I look at the view, then can I go?
Okay, I promise.
Oh.
Okay, now, right over here, Mr. Mooney. It's really beautiful. It's very high up. Now, look, on a clear day, you can see Catalina.
All right, I'll look. Now, I've looked. Can I go now? Wait a minute. Why, you're right. Why, the view is absolutely breathtaking.
Yes, and the rest of the apartment does have a certain, je ne sais quoi.
Oh, yes, it's got a brand new je ne sais and plenty of quoi.
If I were staying in America, I do believe that I would rent it. I really would.
You would?
Oh, yes, it has all the latest features, including a burglar-proof lock. It locks the front door and the back door at the same time. Really? Show it to him, Lucy.
Show him what?
The burglar-proof lock.
Oh, the burglar thing, yes. Oh, yes, I think it's, around here. It's, maybe, I guess it's this gadget.
Now, there you are. It's locked, and it can only be opened with the key.
Oh, that's very clever, very clever. How many bedrooms?
One.
Yes, only one. But let me show you something. Let me show you something very interesting. Over here now. You just watch. I touch this little button.
Oh.
Very practical, very practical. Yes.
And very soft.
Oh, I love gadgets.
Why, Mr. Mooney, you made her disappear.
Yeah.
You naughty boy. I believe you did that on purpose. Come back, little Lucy.
Oh,
Lucy!
what a shame.
Lucy, come back.
I found a shortcut from the bed to the bar.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Very good, dear.
very
Yes.
cleverly designed. That.
It's nice, isn't it?
What's that?
What?
That.
Well, this is the,
No, that.
Oh, this?
Yes.
Well, it's a square, it has, it's deep and it's dark. Whoa, there's a lot of dark in there.
What is it?
Well, it's a bottle shoot.
It's a bottle shoe.
Yes. You just throw in the empties and they go into the basement right there.
How about that, Mr.
Oh,
Oh, Mama's your purse. I'm sorry. I'm
Dear,
sorry. Oh, I
dear.
can't reach it. How
Well-
are we going to get it?
Well, we'll just have to wait till we go to the basement when we leave, that's
Yeah.
all.
Oh, speaking of leaving, I'd better go now.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, thank you so much for coming up. I really do appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Mrs. Carmichael. You were right. This is a lovely apartment, and I'll take it.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, how wonderful. Oh, and you'll never regret it, Mr. Mooney.
No, he won't.
This
You'll
is-
never regret it.
It's locked. Yes. The burglar lock. There, may I have the key, please? Yeah.
The key? The key. I gave you the key when I was showing you the apartment counters. Could I have the key, please?
The key is in my purse.
And your purse
Is
is in the
the
basement. Well, how are we going to get it?
Well, I have a suggestion, Mrs. Carmichael, but you're too big to shove down that chute.
I'll pound on the door. Maybe somebody will hear it.
There's a telephone in here.
Oh,
Let's look
yeah.
and see if
I'll
we
look
can-
in here.
Yeah, well, now. What?
And there's one under here.
Aha! Here's one.
Oh,
I found the
wow.
telephone. Here we are. Now, let's see. Hello? Is this phone working?
Yes, it is.
Oh, good. This is Mr. Mooney. I think you can help me.
Well, my name is Carmichael, and I don't think I can. Oh,
Well, here we are, stranded on a desert island in the middle of Hollywood.
Well, I know a way to get out of here.
Don't jump! That's the hard way.
Oh, I'm not going to jump. It's just that I noticed that there's a ledge out here that leads to the next apartment. If I can get over there, I can go downstairs and get help.
Oh, no, Lucy, that's much too dangerous.
Yes, that's much too dangerous for a woman.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, well.
Careful, dear.
Yeah.
Be very careful.
All right.
Yes, now, be very,
Okay.
very careful.
I'll be careful.
Yes.
Ah!
Hey, darling.
Oh!
Come on now.
Oh!
Don't look down, Lucy. Don't
Okay.
look down.
All right, I won't look down.
Don't look down.
I'll keep my eyes shut.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Ah! What is it? Get it off. Get it off.
Oh, the pleasant little thing. Come here, little darling. Oh, isn't he adorable?
Looks like a...
Go, what did he do?
Oh.
There.
Oh, boy. All right.
All right.
All right.
Be very careful.
Okay.
Mrs. Carmichael, wait.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Long way down there.
Yeah,
Very
well,
careful.
don't remind me.
Yes,
All right.
very long way, sweetheart.
Easy.
Come.
Take it easy now. All right. Hang on to the side of the building.
Not
Yeah, be
afraid.
careful, be careful. Yeah, now she's going around the corner. Now I see. Oh, she's over by the window. She's going in. She got into the next apartment. Oh, thank goodness.
Same apartment, huh? Well, we'll just have to stay here till Monday, I guess.
Now, ladies, let's be realistic about the situation. Now, our main problem is sustenance, right?
Right.
Well, now, we will survive, but we may have to go without food for a few days. So, I suggest that we forget completely about food. Agreed?
Agreed, yes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Good.
Except for one thing.
What's that?
I'm still hungry.
Mrs. Carmichael, we are not going to talk about food. We are not even going to think about food. And don't you complain, because after all, it's your fault that we're in this pickle.
A pickle. A dill pickle.
Corned beef on rye.
Oh, yes, yes, pile of
Oh, there's strawberry and
Ladies, you must control yourselves! Ladies, control yourselves! Now, ladies, I suggest that we thoroughly search this apartment. Corned beef on rye. We better search this apartment completely and see if we can find something that will help us get out of here and be rescued.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Yes. All right, now let's see what we can find.
find in here to help us
Well,
get
now,
rescued?
here's a hammer. Here's a hammer. Now, what
Oh,
we
here's
will-
a carrot cake.
Yeah, you might.
Putty. Is that any good?
No, putty. What we do now is hit the wall. Oh.
I found an apple!
An apple.
I found an apple! I left an apple! Oh, isn't it beautiful?
Lovely red apple.
Oh, yes. Come on, let's eat.
Hold it! That will last us for 3 days. Now, I'll take charge of it.
Oh, no, you don't. You just want it for yourself.
Well, how can you say that, Mrs. Carmichael?
Because it's true, that's
oh, no,
why.
You know
You're
that
not
I would
going to
do
have it.
that.
Here, Countess. Give it here, Countess. Give it again. Your fingers are smaller than we are. You're just going to eat it all by yourself.
Please. Heavens to Betsy. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to put this apple right here on top of this barrel in plain sight, and nobody takes a bite until I give the word. I am putting us all on our honor not to touch that apple until breakfast time tomorrow morning. Now, then, I suggest that we all get some rest.
Well, I'm hungry.
Mrs. Carmichael, the more we sleep, the less we'll eat. Now then, I will go into the bedroom there, and you, Countess, may have the bed.
Oh, thank you.
Bonsoir.
What is the matter, Lucy?
Well, I can't sleep. All I can think about is that apple over there.
Well, we can't touch that apple until breakfast. We gave our word.
find out. Buddy. He's sleeping all right.
I really think he's enjoying it.
How about that? I saw it first. You sure you don't want breakfast, Mr. Mooney?
I'm not hungry. I woke up this morning with the strangest taste of putty in my mouth.
Buddy, huh?
Oh, we've got to get out of here. Now, everybody, sing. Oh, if I only had some rope.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, suicide is a coward's way out.
I didn't mean that. If we had some rope, you could lower me to the apartment below.
Oh, you mean you'd let us lower you from the 18th floor?
Well, if we had some rope, I would do that.
Oh,
Because
yes.
then we... Why didn't I keep my big mouth shut?
You're a very brave man, Mr. Mooney.
I'm not so brave. Are you sure that rope's strong enough?
Yes,
18 Lord! I mean, what do you mean? You really think I'm going to do this? I'm a little young. I don't know whether... You won't let go now. You won't. Whoa, all right, easy. Go down, easy. Oh, come on down, lower. That's too far. Hold it. Perfect. Hold it.
What's going on in here?
Well, we've been showing the apartment.
Oh, but I've already leased it to this gentleman.
Oh, no!
Yeah, but don't worry, I'll find you something else, Mr. Mooney.
First, you'll have to find me. It doesn't look like 39 stories to me. Oh, everything's slowing up around here. Mr. Winslow! Mr. Winslow!
Good morning, Mr. Mooney. What can I do?
Mr. Winslow, things aren't going zip around here.
Don't you worry, Mr. Mooney. We may have to work around the clock, but we'll get this building up in time.
Oh, fine. Good. You don't mind if I hang around a while, do you?
Why, you go right ahead. After all, your bank owns this project as much as I do.
Yeah, well, a little more if you count the interest. Always count the interest. That's very... Good heavens! Somebody's wasting a nail.
It is bent, Mr. Mooney.
Well, couldn't you use it on a corner?
All right, we'll try.
Well, fine. Now, I don't want to appear bossy, Mr. Winslow, but we're in this together. You leaning over your blueprints, the men leaning over their shovels, and me leaning over my checkbook.
You know something, you bankers are the unsung heroes. I think when we dedicate this building, we'll put your picture in the paper.
My picture in the paper?
boss.
Oh, my...
You want to check this?
Excuse me.
Yes, indeed. My picture in the paper. Well, I wonder if I should...
Mr. Mooney, you lost your job at the bank.
What? I did not lose my job at the bank. I'm here because the bank's money is here.
Well, if you're burying it, they'll catch you.
Mrs. Carmichael, don't toy with me while I have a sharp shovel in my hand. Now, how did you find me?
Well, I went to the bank, and they said they didn't know where you were and when you left or if you'd ever come back.
That's the message I always leave for you. And my wife.
Finally, the bank guard told me where you were.
Why, that stool pigeon. All right, Mr. Carmichael, what is it that's so important that you had to come looking for me?
Well, I received my monthly allowance check, and it seems that there was a little mistake made.
My bank never makes mistakes.
But, Mr. Mooney...
Mrs. Carmichael, we have all the latest electronic equipment. We have electric adding machines, electric typewriters, and electric computers. It is impossible for us to make a mistake.
Oh, well, in that case, then I'll keep the extra $50 you sent me.
Oh, they must have blown a fuse.
Whoops, watch yourself, little lady. You feeling all right, ma'am?
I never felt better.
I'll tell that man not to be in such a hurry. We've got plenty of beautiful buildings in this town, but we don't want to lose any beautiful ladies.
Oh, thank you.
Man, you need somebody to look out for you.
And for the building.
You're feeling all right.
Well, say something.
I'm not married.
Mr. Mooney, this little lady and I have been thrown together a lot. Don't you think it's about time that you introduced us?
Well, all right, but remember, you asked for it. This is Frank Winslow, who has to hurry and finish a building. This is Lucille Carmichael, who was just leaving.
How do you do?
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Carmichael. Say, it's a shame that you've got to rush off. I'd sure like to show you around the project a little.
Oh, well, I just love big, tall, handsome projects. And I do happen to have a few minutes.
Oh, we're going to show you around the project. Better put this on. We certainly don't want anything to fall on that pretty head, do we, Mr. Mooney?
No? No.
How do I look?
Like Sergeant York.
He's just spoofing you, ma'am. Why, it looks a darn sight cuter on you than it does on the fellas.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, boss, you gonna check this foundation?
Be right there.
Now, look, Mr. Winslow doesn't have time today to take you on a guided tour.
Oh, well, it does look like everybody wants you.
Doggone it, I hate to renege on my invitation, Miss Carmichael, but you can see things are a little hectic here right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you have lunch with me tomorrow?
Lunch?
Well, I know it's kind of rushing things, but things are rushing me.
Well,
Mr. Mooney will vouch for me.
Well, he does have an A1 credit rating.
Boss, can I see a minute?
Okay. Please, I'd sure be honored.
Well...
Make up your mind! You're holding up a 39-story building!
All right.
Oh, that's wonderful. See you at lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay. Gee, he's so rugged and tall.
Yes, reminds me of my younger days.
You look like that?
No, my wife did.
Gee, a luncheon date. I'm gonna need a new dress. Mr. Mooney, you know that $50 that I just gave back to you?
What $50?
Oh, come on now, Mr. Mooney. Come on,
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
have no
have to
idea.
borrow it.
Oh,
Just a
Go,
little.
man! Go!
Mooney, that's not nice. Out of that wheelbarrow.
You certainly are a good sport.
Well, thank you. I like it up here. High up like this gives me a happy feeling.
Well, gosh, Lucy, it's just wonderful the way you're taking this. You know, I had reservations for lunch at a real swanky restaurant, and then my foreman didn't come to work this morning, and, well, I had to stay here.
Oh, is your foreman sick?
Oh, no. He got hired to do one of those cigarette commercials.
Oh, a cigarette commercial. Oh, was he going to have a black eye, or is he going to get indigestion from eating his hat?
See, let's stand up here and take a look around.
Stand up and take a look around.
Why, sure.
Well, no, I can see fine sitting down, Frank.
Oh, come on. Here, I'll help you. Yes, take it easy.
Yeah.
That's it, fine. Slow and easy. Atta girl. Well, that's fine. Nothing to it, huh?
No, I like it up here.
You know something, Lucy?
What?
When this building is finished, this whole floor is going to be a penthouse restaurant.
Oh.
And just think, we're the first ones to eat here.
Oh, goody. I always do ask for a table by the window, but this is the first time I ever got a table out the window.
You know, a person needs breathing room.
Yeah?
I come up here sometimes just to think.
You come up here to think? Yeah, well, I could do a lot of thinking up here, too, but mostly about falling.
Oh, you want to go back down, Lucy?
No, I don't want to go back down. I was just kidding. Ha, ha, ha. But I would like to sit down, Frank.
Oh, well, certainly.
Oh.
Just take it slow and easy.
Oh, all right.
At a time. So we get used to this. Well, we'll have you hopping around here like a grasshopper in no time. Back out.
What'd you forget, Frank?
Well, I almost forgot. I got a present for you.
You got me a present?
Yeah.
What is it?
Hey, Harry, where's that box?
It's on the way up.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping maybe you'd be paying us regular visits here.
Up here?
Yeah. So, I got something for you.
Oh, how nice.
There you are.
Oh, Frank. Oh, it's beautiful.
I had my riveter make it up special for you.
Riveter made it? Oh, it's got my name on it and everything. I just love it, Frank.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let's drink to that.
Oh, you got champagne, too?
Sure.
Well.
We'll drink to having our heads in the clouds.
Having our heads in the clouds. That's nice. You know, it's just like having a picnic.
But you don't have to worry about the ants.
No, just the birds.
Say, Lucy, you know, it's been a long time since I met somebody like you.
Oh, go on. You must have a lot of girlfriends.
Say, I got a wonderful idea.
What?
Why don't I take you dining and dancing Saturday night?
Saturday night? Well...
Ah, come on.
Well,
I won't take no for an answer.
Well, how can I resist a man on a girder?
the lunch hour's over.
Oh, you fellas don't go in for those little dinner bells, do you?
Now, if we'd have had a little dinner bell, you wouldn't be in my arms right now.
All right, you lovebirds, get off the perch. Lunch hour's over.
Hi, Mary Jane.
Wow, what
How
an
do I
outfit.
look?
Oh,
You
that'll make their eyes pop out.
Thank you. If I don't pop out first. Ooh, that smells delicious.
Thanks for letting me use your oven, Lucy. I'm going to have to get a bigger oven or fewer relatives.
Do your relatives come to visit you very often?
No, once a year is all I can stand.
You mean they don't come to see you on Christmas and Thanksgiving?
And ruin a holiday? I should say that. And I guess we'll have our usual fight about carving.
You fight about carving?
Everybody wants to carve the turkey, and I don't trust any of my relatives with a knife.
Mary Jane. Boy, that looks delicious, and I'm just starving.
You want a nibble?
No, I don't want to spoil my appetite. Frank says that we're going to have a real elegant dinner tonight.
Oh, Lucy, this Frank sounds absolutely marvelous. What's he like?
Well, I really don't know him very well, but the little bit that I know is very nice.
Well, what does he look like?
He's very tall, and, well, he looks like the Washington Monument with a suntan.
Gee, are you lucky. My boyfriend's built like the Liberty Bell. Come to think of it, he's even a little cracked. You sure you don't want some of this fried fiddle?
No, don't tempt me.
Mary Jane, where are your other television sets?
I only have one.
One television set. Fine hostess you are. My screaming kids have got to watch other screaming kids twitching on TV, so I got to miss the wrestling matches. One TV set. Thanks a lot, Mary Jane.
Who was that?
My Aunt Gussie. She's the nicest one in the family.
Oh, boy. That must be Frank. Oh, do you want to meet him, Mary Jane?
I better not. Once you've looked at the Washington Monument, it's tough going out with the Liberty Bell. I'll get the turkey after you're gone.
Okay. Hi, Frank. Come on in.
Hi, Lucy. Gosh, you sure look pretty.
Well, you look a little different yourself. Why don't you sit down for a minute and I'll get my things?
Oh, I'd be afraid to.
Afraid to sit down? My divan is a lot safer than your steel girder.
No, it's just that I'm a little tired tonight. I worked 48 hours straight, and if I sit down, I might not get up again.
Say, look, maybe you could just take a 10-minute nap, and then I'll wake you up.
Oh, no, don't ever do that, Lucy.
Don't ever do what?
Wake me.
Why not?
Well, during the war, I was a commando, and I learned karate, and when somebody wakes me up sudden, like I start swinging.
Oh, well, say, you must crack up a lot of alarm clocks.
No, but I did break my brother's nose once.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
What do you say we get out of here? I'm hungry.
Oh, me too. I'm starving. I'll only be a minute. Okay, Frank, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, Lucy.
Oh,
Was that karate?
It was like I told you. That's what happens when somebody wakes me up.
Well, gee, I didn't even know you were asleep.
I'm awful sorry. I'll have it fixed. Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
that's all right. That's all right. I kind of like it that way.
I just hope I didn't scare you.
No, I'm all right. But, you know, Frank, I'm worried about you. Now, look, you better rest a while. You just come on over here. Now, I insist.
Well, I'll just sit down a minute. I won't go to sleep.
All right. I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, I think it's a shame that you have to work so hard. Mr. Mooney's nothing but an old slave driver. 48 hours without sleep. What does he think you are, a machine? Person can't go 48 hours without sleep. You know what you ought to tell him, Frank? You just ought to walk up to him and you say, Miss Frank. Frank. Oh, Frank. Frank, are you asleep? Boy, you're a big one. Turkey. Oh, I'm so hungry. An apple. Sleeping. Oh, no. Oh, boy, now I've got the hiccups. I always get them when I'm hungry. The smell of that turkey's been driving me crazy.
Well, Lucy, why is he sleeping?
I'll explain later. Help me get rid of these hiccups before they wake him.
Well, why shouldn't we wake him up?
Because he learned karate in the commandos. He worked 48 hours, and if you wake him up, he'll break your brother's nose.
I haven't got a brother. How about my Aunt Gussie?
Please stop asking questions. Help me get rid of these hiccups.
Oh, I know a cure. A paper bag on your head. You got a paper bag?
Yeah, hurry up. By the refrigerator.
Now hold your breath and count to 10.
Mary Jane! Where's the turkey? The whole family's over there banging their cups.
or you'll cause trouble.
A giant? A woman with a bag for a face, your relative starving, and I'm causing trouble?
Will you please go back? I'll be there in a minute.
Tell your best friend she's got termites.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane.
I'm coming.
My hiccups are gone.
Piggyback worked, huh?
No, your Aunt Gussie scared them out of me.
That Gussie just drives me crazy.
Oh, you're taking your turkey away.
Want a little piece, Lucy?
Yeah, I sure would. Just give me a little bite. Just. Oh.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
Well, you won't have to worry about who carves this year. Well, that's all right, Frank. Don't you be sorry. I want you to meet my friend, Mary Jane Lewis.
Oh, hi.
How do you do?
My hand's all greasy.
Oh, well, it's nice meeting you, Mr. Monument. I'll be going now, Lucy.
Yeah, I hope your Aunt Gussie likes turkey hash.
Yes,
How long have I been asleep?
Oh, not very long, but you were so tired, Frank.
Well, I feel fresh and raring to go now.
Okay, we'll go. The evening's still young yet.
Sure.
Okay. Come on.
Ah, there you are. I've just come from the construction site and things are slowing down. I demand that you return to the job immediately.
Mr. Mooney, I promised to take this lady out to dinner. I've caused her nothing but trouble all evening long, and I've practically wrecked her whole house.
You've wrecked her house?
With one hand.
With one hand? Well, if you're going, why don't you get going? Use my credit card. Take my card right outside.
Honey, I want to thank you for a perfectly lovely evening.
Well, I thought a world traveler like yourself, dear Countess, might enjoy the sophisticated atmosphere of our little international supper club.
Well, it's charming.
It certainly is, and I think there are people from all over the world in here.
Yes.
And, Mr. Mooney, I want to thank you very much for inviting me to go to the movies with you and the Countess.
I invited the Countess. I took you.
Really?
Well, I enjoyed that movie very much.
Listen, did you notice that the Countess figured out who the enemy agent was even before James Bond did?
Yes, that was very clever deduction, Countess. Now tell me, how did you know that Keeler was the enemy agent?
Well, for instance, the pipe-shaped cigarette holder that holds the cigarette upright. I've seen them used by many diplomats from behind the Iron Curtain.
Well, how observant.
I tell you, she notices everything.
Oh, Lucy.
You do.
And do you remember when Keeler asked his dentist to replace his silver crown with the gold one?
Yes.
Well, that's because in Keeler's country, most of the dental work is done with silver, and he was afraid that the silver crown would give him away.
Why, Countess, you are fantastic.
I told you. You know, once when we went to a movie, she figured out who did it before we went in by just looking at the still pictures in the lobby.
Oh.
You remember.
You know, Countess, with your powers of deduction and your knowledge of the international scene, you could be very valuable to our government in the intelligence service.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, what an exciting idea. Do you really think I could do anything as dangerous as espionage work?
Oh, indubitably.
Well, if it's the kind of work that lets you sleep late in the morning, you'd be great at it. Boy, what an undercover agent she'd make.
Now, come on.
Good evening, sir. Ah, good evening, Zirkut. You're right on time. Good. Tonight, We intercepted some more coded messages. They will have to be deciphered.
Very good. I will go to work on them right away. Hello? It's for you.
Hello. I'll be there immediately. Headquarters.
Oh. Hello? Napoleon who? You got the wrong number.
What's the matter, Miss Scott?
Countess, just try to act like nothing's happened.
What?
Don't even look. But look. A spy.
A spy?
Yes. Yes, he's got a cigarette holder just like the enemy agent in the picture. He's wearing a trench coat. Doesn't that mean something?
It means it's going to rain.
He does look suspicious.
You see? And Countess, there was another man with him who looked suspicious, too. He just went out.
No.
Yes.
Now, you two ladies are still under the influence of that James Bond movie.
I am not. I think he's a spy, and I'm going to find out.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to see if he has any silver dental work.
Oh.
Now, Mrs. Carmichael, you cannot go up to a perfect stranger, look in his mouth, and ask him if he has silver filling.
All right, I'll make out like he's not a stranger.
Mrs. Carmichael! Mrs. Carmichael!
Well, if it isn't Danny Danzinger, you old son of a gun.
Please, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were Danny Danzinger.
Danny Husinger?
Danzinger. Well, I can't get over the resemblance. Are you sure you're not Danny Danzinger?
No, I am not. And even if I were, is there any reason for you to pound me on the back?
Yeah, well, what do you care how hard I hit Danzinger if you're not Danzinger? Who are you?
My name is Zurkin.
Zurkin?
Yes.
Oh.
And I am trying to work, so would you please go away?
Well, of course, I wouldn't want to bother Zurkin while he's working. Well, at least let me apologize.
Very well. I accept your apology.
Thank you, and I'd like very much to explain. You see, I would never have intruded, but I really thought you were somebody else.
I know you thought I was Danny somebody or other.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're not Danny somebody or other, because you're a lot more interesting. I just love the way you talk. Would you say something in your native language?
Dojuska Kalanovich Tronfe Rock.
Oh, what does that mean?
Get lost.
Well, sir, before I go, could I ask you one thing?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Norway?
Yes?
Yeah, well, there's a very large city there, and I never know how to pronounce it. Is it Oslo or Oslo?
Oslo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Carmichael, really?
Did he have any silver fillings?
Couldn't even get him to open his mouth.
Oh, that's the trouble with spies.
Oh, spies.
But he did talk with a foreign accent.
He did?
Yes, just like the enemy agent in the movie. And he has the cigarette holder. He's wearing a trench coat. He's working on some funny-looking papers over there.
I know a way to make him open his mouth.
How?
Get him to laugh. Evening, Mr. Mooney.
Oh, my pleasure, dear Countess.
Oh, I seem to have lost one of my gloves. Oh, there it is. Do you mind fetching it for me?
Why, of course, Countess, of course. There we are.
chauffeur back there to start a mint. Good. Now listen, what should we, now that we know he's the spy, should we call the police?
No, I have a better plan.
What?
Yes, now just a minute. Waiter.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that man drinking?
Straight vodka.
Yes. Well, will you please bring him a vodka with my compliments and serve me 4 glasses of water at his table?
Water?
Yes, in the same size glass as the vodka.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, fine.
What are you gonna do, Rosie?
I'm going to try to win his confidence.
Oh, dear, I still think we ought to call the police.
No, I'm after bigger game.
What do you mean?
Yes, well, that man that he met earlier, you know.
Yeah?
I think he's the leader. We use him to get to the higher up man.
Well, how are you gonna do that?
I don't think I will have any trouble convincing our friend. We are working for a common cause. Voila.
Why, Countess, if I didn't know you were Rosie Harrigan, I'd think you were Mata Hari. All right, what now?
Ik denk du sollst weggehen.
What does that mean?
Get lost. Lost? Yes, he mustn't see you.
The lady asked me to bring you a drink.
What lady?
Is this lady?
Ah. And to what do I owe this honor?
An apology for my friend annoying you I would like to make. You accept?
I accept. Please.
Dankeschön. Prost.
Valia. It is smooth, eh?
Like water. Nothing like a little vodka to quiet the nerves. And the nerves can stand quieting in our business.
Our business? What business are you in?
Ach du Liebe. I hope you don't think I am some kind of SPY.
SP? A spy?
Ah, you broke our code.
Young lady, are you trying to tell me that you are a spy? Why do you divulge such information to me? You realize I could report you to the authorities?
But you won't, camarade. And you know why you won't?
Why?
Because you are one of us.
Me, one of you?
It is not difficult to spot our special agents. The cigarette holder, the secret documents, the silver dental work.
You are too clever. Well, there is no use for me to pretend any longer. Comrade.
Servus. Now, the man you have earlier met. He is your leader, right?
Yes, you are right. I work for him.
Him. Who him?
Him is my leader. Surely you have heard of my leader, the man who is known as him?
Of course. That is why to this country I was sent to contact him.
I see. I think. Tell me, whom do you work for?
I work for her.
Her? Who her?
Her is the lady you saw at my table.
Oh, her. Her is her? You mean to say that kooky redhead? Oh, I cannot believe she is one of us.
Ah, her fooled you even. That is what makes her so valuable.
Valuable? And tell me, this her is the head of one of our espionage rings?
Her is.
We have got to lose. Now tell me, you say you want to meet him.
Jawohl.
Very well. Here is a map of a deserted spot near the army base. Tomorrow you will bring her to this spot at 3 o'clock. And I will see to it that you meet him.
Danke.
Tomorrow, the world.
Come on now, Zorkin. 2 women spies? That sounds ridiculous.
Well, perhaps. But fortunately, they think that we are enemy spies.
That we are spies?
Yeah. I have made a rendezvous to meet them this afternoon at the Army base. I thought perhaps you would station a guard there to arrest them.
No. Without actual proof that they are spies, an arrest like that would never stick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Now we'll have to set a trap for them. Set them up to take a picture of some of those obsolete old missiles on the Army base.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Let's see if we have a picture of them in our dossier on foreign agents. What do these 2 women look like, anyway?
Well, the one was a beautiful blonde, a rather medium-sized height, a fair complexion, a gorgeous smile, and her eyes were big and soft, like a cocker spaniel.
What did the other woman look like?
A cocker spaniel.
Kamerad,
Ah. Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Allow me to present my leader. Her.
I am honored.
Don't ever bend over around me, Buster. You may get a judo chop.
Look, where is him? You have promised we were going to meet him.
First, him has an assignment for you.
An assignment?
Yes.
Jawohl.
And when you complete the assignment, then I will take you to him.
Jawohl.
Come. Tonight, a big Broadway star is giving a show at the theater in the camp. There will only be one guard at this gate. Your mission is to get past this sentry, get inside, and photograph the new missiles. Here is a camera.
A camera? That looks like a marshmallow.
Ah, it looks like a marshmallow, but it is really a camera. And when you squeeze it, it takes the picture. You must remember one thing if you are caught.
What's that?
Eat the evidence. Comrade! No, this way.
Yeah, there, Countess.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Moody. I just can't find words to express how much I appreciate your being here.
Well, you certainly found the right ones when you talked me into doing this. I don't like this spy stuff. Now, we should have turned Zurkin over to the police.
Well, then the trail would have ended with Zorkin. We're going to get to the man higher up.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Wish me luck.
Be careful, Countess.
Yes, I will. And remember our signal. If anything goes wrong, I'll scream.
So will I.
Pardon me, young man. I'm looking for Miss Channing.
Channing? Oh, you mean Carol Channing?
Yes, I'm her maid. She said she was going out for a breath of fresh air. Are you sure you didn't see her?
Oh, if I ever saw her, I wouldn't forget it.
Well, she must be around somewhere.
She's around everywhere.
Yes, Miss Channing. Miss Channing.
Here I am, Suzette. Lovely soldier.
Gee, Carol Channing.
Oh, what's your name, soldier?
Saul Schwartz.
Oh, I've always loved that name. If I had a son, that's what I'd call him.
Saul?
No, Schwartz. But come on, Suzette, honey, we better get into the
Yes,
theater.
we had better.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Channing. This here's a security area.
Security area?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not allowed to let anybody pass through this gate.
Oh, but Shawl Doll, I have to do my show.
Oh, I'm awful sorry, ma'am.
Well, now, don't you want to see my show? Aren't you coming in to see the show?
Oh, I'd love to, but I'm not allowed to leave my post.
Oh, now that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Well, now you know what little old Carol's gonna do for a little old soul. Little old Carol's gonna do her show right out here for a little old soul.
You will?
You bet I am. Hello, Charlie. Well, hello, Charlie. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swell, Charlie. I can tell, Charlie. You're still growing. You're still crowing. You're still going strong. Wow, 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 wow. Charlie. Well, goodbye, Charlie.
We got the picture. Yeah, give me the camera. Now, Zirkin has got to take us to his leader.
Well, where will we find Zirkin?
Well, he said that he would be...
Good evening. Who is this?
He is one of us.
He is one of us. And who is it? Oh, comrade. What a clever disguise.
You have promised to take her to meet him?
Ah, yes. But first, you will put on these blindfolds.
Blindfold?
Blindfold?
Yes, of course. I am the only one who knows the location of him's headquarters. Quickly.
But you don't expect me to drive an automobile blindfolded, even in California.
Of course not, silly. I am driving. Quickly with the blindfolds now.
Yes.
Come in.
This way. Follow me this way.
Watch where you're going.
Good evening, Zirkin. Are these the secret agents you telephoned me about?
Yes, my leader. Comrades, you may remove the blindfolds. And now, I would like to present him.
Agent Zirkin informs me that you have some film of American missiles to deliver.
Yes, sir. Right in this camera.
Now, if this is the film we need, you have done our cause a great service. America will soon find out which is superior.
Yeah, well, you can say that again.
Give me the camera.
Eat the evidence. Make a move. There's enough perfume in this bottle to blow us all to kingdom come.
You?
I mean, there's enough nitroglycerin in this bottle to blow us all to kingdom come. Here, keep them covered. I'll get help. Operator! 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 This is an emergency. Get me United States intelligence right away.
Intelligence headquarters, Colonel Dietrich speaking.
Colonel, my name is Lucille Carmichael, and I need some intelligence right away. Yes, the phone number here is Klondike 52700. Trace the address and send help at once.
Will you please tell me what this is all about?
Yes, my friends and I have captured the leader of an enemy spy ring.
And this enemy spy leader. Can you give me a description of him?
Well, he's rather tall, kind of nice looking, and about 40 years old, and he's a big sneak.
We know who he is!
Now we can explain everything.
And you are going to. Captain, step in here at once.
Oh, Colonel, we were only trying to help our country.
Yes, Colonel?
Sal, you're a captain?
Yes, ma'am.
Captain, are these the suspects?
Yes, sir.
Oh, but we didn't mean any harm, Sal. Sir?
Nevertheless, this cloak and dagger game you're playing could have had very serious consequences.
Oh, Colonel, I assure you Miss Carmichael is innocent. Does she look like the kind of a person who would hurt anybody?
You should see what she did to Carol Channing.
I thought she was very good.
So did I.
I don't know whether you were good or bad, but I hope this will teach you to never meddle with the United States government again. All I can say to you is goodbye, Dolly.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucy.
Hello, Mary Jane. How are you, dear?
Oh, fine. Oh, what's cooking?
Spaghetti and meatballs. You want to stay for dinner?
I'd love to.
Ought to be ready pretty soon. How'd things go at your studio today?
Well, it's not my studio. I'm just the script girl.
Oh, I think this is ready now. Listen, you hold up that strainer so I can drain it. Oh, boy. You have to catch this, right at the right time. You gotta take it off and everything. Ow! Where'd it go? Why, did you ever see anything like that in your life?
Lost it, Lucy.
Wow, that thing is hungry. Better feed it more often. Well, what are we gonna do now?
I've got a tuna fish salad at home.
Well, go get it, and I'll pour the meat sauce over that.
Oh, Lucy, I almost forgot why I came over.
Why?
Listen, you remember that picture you were in where you worked as a stuntman?
When I was Iron Man Carmichael?
Yeah.
How could I ever forget it?
Remember?
Boy, that's the roughest day I ever put in. At the end of that day, I was like a one-woman disaster area. Why? What about it?
Well, I've just read a review on that picture, and it mentions you.
It mentions me.
The saloon brawl was highlighted by the stunts of Iron Man Carmichael. The guy with the mustache is a real daredevil, and he did some great comedy falls.
Comedy falls. Those bruises were nothing to laugh at.
The money you got made you smile all the way to the bank.
Well, not all the way. I had to stop at the doctor's for x-rays. Yeah, they x-rayed my legs and my arms and my head. Fortunately, they found nothing. Listen, go get your tuna fish, will you? I'm starved.
Oh, by the way, do you want to go to the races tomorrow?
The races?
Yeah, a friend gave me a ticket.
Oh, I'd love to. I've never been to the races. Although, I don't know. Since I've been working at the bank, Mr. Mooney depends on me so. I don't know if he could spare me for the day.
Well, why don't you call him and find out?
Okay, maybe he's home.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Come on in, the door's open. Hello, is Mr. Mooney there?
No, unfortunately, he's here.
Well, when he gets home, tell him to never mind, because he's here. See, I was just calling you to ask you something.
My, what a coincidence. That's precisely the reason I came over here.
Oh.
Yeah. Mrs. Carmichael, would you explain this bit of bookkeeping you worked on the other day?
Sure. Are the figures wrong?
Wrong is such a feeble description. Mrs. Carmichael, as you know, we have a $2 million electronic computer that can solve any and all mathematical problems up to and including the number of grains of sand in the Sahara Desert.
Yes, so they say.
Yes. Well, we fed your bookkeeping into the computer just to double-check and verify. And believe it or not, Mrs. Carmichael, the machine went into shock and blew out every power line between here and Boulder Dam.
Those machines, they just can't be relied on.
They can't be relied on!
Well, I'm glad you agree with me.
Agree with you? I couldn't agree with you less. For the love of heaven, if you did, I've never met a woman.
I'd better get out of here before I blow my fuse.
Oh, you make me...
What were you calling me about?
Oh, it doesn't matter now.
What?
I was just wondering, maybe I could I have tomorrow off?
Yes, Mrs. Carmichael, you may have tomorrow off. As a matter of fact, why don't you take a couple of days off? The rest might be very beneficial.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mooney. How nice of you to be thinking of my health.
I was thinking of mine!
Anyway, now I'll be able to go to the racetrack tomorrow.
The racetrack?
Yes, I know.
You are going to the races?
Yes, a friend of mine has a couple of tickets. They're free tickets. I've never seen the horses run.
If you want to see the horses run, you stay at home and look at a Western on television. Going to the racetrack is a very bad habit that can lead you on the road to poverty. And in your precarious financial situation, you don't need any help to get there. No more cheese and no going to the track.
He gets so darn mad. Gee. Honestly.
Here's the tuna fish. How'd you make out with Mr. Mooney?
Well, it was sort of yes and no.
Yes and no?
Yes, I have the day off, and no, I can't go to the track.
And you're gonna listen to him?
Well, no and yes.
No and yes?
No, I'm not going to listen to him, and yes, I'm going to the track. Mary Jane, this is such a beautiful track, and I just love the lake.
Yeah, they put that in so the losers can drown themselves.
Well, you don't have anything to worry about. You're way ahead.
Well, Lucy, you're my lucky charm.
Oh?
Yeah, you hit my last winner.
How? What do you mean?
You said hot stuff, and I bet on it.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Mary Jane. I was talking about the mustard on my hot dog.
Well, it was a good hunch bet, and it was.
Oh, I would never bet on a hunch. Listen, don't you think you ought to go and collect your money?
Oh, I always wait until the crowd thins out.
But if it's a big crowd, they might run out of money.
Gee, I never thought of that. Let's go.
You bet. Here, don't you want your ticket?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like a table, please, preferably near the finish line. I want to see my winner come in.
Well, I could seat you at this table, but you'd have to share it.
I'd prefer to be alone.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, sir. That's all I have left.
Oh, well, all right, thank you. I'll take it.
The horses are coming out on the track for the 5th race.
Now let's pick the winner in the next race.
Okay.
Well, Mrs. Carmichael, I see you disregarded my advice. You're here at the track.
Where are you? At Disneyland? No wonder you didn't want me to come here. You were afraid I'd see you here.
Not at all. I have never been to a racetrack before in my life.
Ha!
Well, it's true. As a matter of fact, I'm just here for this one race. You see, last night I had an amazing dream. I dreamed that I was a racehorse.
You dreamed you were a racehorse?
Yes, I was a racehorse, and I won the 5th race. Yes. Well, laughingly this morning, I told my wife Irma about it.
Irma?
Yes, Irma's his wife. They've been married for 25 years.
Oh, you sure know how to hurt a guy. Anyway, I told Irma my dream, and lo and behold, she looked up in the newspaper, and there was a horse named Banker's Dream running in the 5th race, and the odds were 25 to 1.
Now, don't tell me that you believe in hunches, for heaven's sake.
No, I don't believe in hunches. But Irma does. And so she insisted that we bet on this race. So if you ladies will excuse me, I'll go and place my bet. Yeah, I mean, I'll go and invest my $10.
Why don't you bet on Banker's Dream? You like hunches.
The newspaper says it hasn't got a chance. No wonder the odds are 25 to 1.
Well, I'm going to figure out the next winner scientifically.
Well, I'm going to see what the experts say. Sweet corn should win if runs best race. Kitty Cat, real sharp, can take this. Only Irving, up in class, might steal it all. Fan Glow can be upset winner here.
Sounds like they could all win if they just come out of the barn.
Baby Blue can win if gets in. Redhead Mary can win if fast.
That's it.
What's it?
That's the horse to bet on. And I'm going to bet with you this time $1 each. It's a very good bet. Redhead Mary.
Why? Because my name is Mary and you're a redhead. Lucy, are you a real redhead?
What's the difference? We're only betting $2.
You said you never made hunch bets, Lucy.
This is not a hunch bet. I figured this out scientifically.
What's your science?
Redhead Mary is number 9 in the program. And this is the 5th race. And 9 times 5 is 45. Now, the race is 6 furlongs, and 6 plus 45 is 51. The jockey's weight is 119 pounds, and 119 plus 51 is 170. Now, divide 170 by the horse's age, which is 10. And that leaves 17. Then add the amount we're going to bet, which is $2, and it comes to 19. Then subtract 10, and the answer is 9. And Redhead Mary is 9.
But Lucy, why did you subtract 10 from 19?
Well, how else could I make it come out 9?
That's good enough for me. Let's go bet.
Certainly.
Mrs. Carmike.
What?
Thank heaven you're still here.
Why?
Here's $10. I want you to buy a ticket to win on Banker's Dream. I've got to get out of here.
Why? What happened?
I just saw one of the bank's biggest depositors.
Did he see you?
No, but I can't take any chances. A banker at a racetrack is as conspicuous as Yul Brynner standing among the beetles. I've just got to get out. Yeah. Now remember, $10 to win on Banker's Dream, and hurry.
Yeah. Lucy, the $10 winners are down there.
Okay.
And I'll be over here.
All right.
The horses are at the gate. They're getting in now, and our choice just unseated her jockey. He's up now, he's not hurt, and he's back in the saddle. Now our choice is going into the starting gate. The flag is up, and they're off and running. And the start is our choice, Baby Blue, Banker's Dream, Only Irving, Fan Glow, Redhead Mary, and others are trailing. Rounding the turn is our choice by a nose, Banker's Dream, second by a head, Only Irving third, and Redhead Mary is closing ground. Down the stretch and heading for home, it's Banker's Dream and Redhead Mary fighting for speed. It's Banker's Dream, so Redhead Mary is going on to win. As they head for the wire, it's Redhead Mary and Banker's Dream. It's Redhead Mary by a length, and the winner is Redhead Mary.
Terribly sorry I got carried away.
That's all right, lady. I'm sure glad you didn't use a whip.
Oh, we won. We won.
Oh, we'll get plenty of money for this $2 ticket.
Yeah, well, poor Mr. Mooney is out $10.
Oh.
But Happy New Year, Mr. Mooney.
Here, you cash it. You fix it.
No, we'll cash it together. Come on.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh, hi, Mary Jane.
oh, hi.
How you doing?
Oh, this is our lucky day. We picked a winner.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy, this is Danny Doyle, director at our studio. This is Lucy Carmichael.
How you do?
Miss Carmichael? Carmichael. Say, are you by any chance related to the stuntman Iron Man Carmichael?
Iron Man, he's my brother.
Oh, that's wonderful. I've been looking all over town for that guy.
Oh.
I've got a great stunt for him tomorrow, my new pirate picture.
Oh.
Where is he?
He's in Miami, Florida.
Oh, really? What's he doing?
He's got a job. He's boxing polar bears.
Polar bears in Florida?
Yeah, I guess they went there for the winter. Anyway, he's very busy.
Well, I'm sorry he's tied up. I had a great job for him.
Oh.
If you'll excuse me, I want to figure out this next race. Very nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Lucy, why don't you be Iron Man again? You can make some money, and you need that green stuff.
Yeah, well, to get that green, you have to get black and blue. Doing stunts is for the birds. This is the way to make money. Come on, let's collect.
Your attention, please. Hold all tickets. There's been an inquiry into the last race, and Redhead Mary has been disqualified.
What happened?
Redhead Mary didn't win.
Oh, but that's not fair. They can't do that.
The official winner of the 5th race is now Banker's Dream.
Oh, well, at least Mr. Mooney won on his ticket. I just tore up his ticket.
That was worth $250.
How much?
$250.
Oh, we gotta get it and put it back together again. Oh, Mr. Mooney, you'll kill me. He will just kill me. Oh, no. Here's a piece of it. About 30 cents worth. You'll never settle for that. Oh, no. Oh, Mary Jane. Oh, how could I do such a stupid thing? Oh.
Something wrong, Miss Carmichael?
Oh, yeah, I was just looking for,
For what?
for you.
For me?
Yes. My brother Iron Man might be able to do that stunt job.
But you said he was in Florida.
Yeah, well, he's back.
Tell him he's going to make an easy $200 tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he won't do it for less than $250, though.
Okay, he'll get $250. Iron Man is worth it. You tell him he's got a 7 o'clock call at the studio.
Right. Thank you. Well, Iron Man rides again, I'm afraid.
Well, Mr. Mooney, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Doyle.
Welcome aboard.
Oh, thank you very much. Say, this is quite an elaborate set you have here.
It should be, Mr. Mooney. It cost enough.
Oh, well, that's what concerns me. You see, this is the first time my bank has ever invested in a movie. Do pirate pictures make money?
Mr. Mooney, as a director of action pictures, I can promise you we have never had a failure.
Well, that's a relief.
Now, we're going to rehearse in a few minutes. Why don't you stick around and watch?
Well, I'd like to go over to stage number 3. They're making one of those beach pictures over there.
Are they making another one of those pictures?
Yes, this one is called Who's the Dirty Meanie Who Stole Grandmother's Bikini?
Mr. Mooney, does your bank have money in that picture?
No, but I wish they did. They're spending practically nothing on costumes. Oh, boy. Woo!
Well, when you finish over there, you come back here and watch us.
Well, if I can drag myself away.
I want all the stuntmen on the set, please. The script girl, too, please. Stay with me.
Mr. Mooney, what's he doing here?
He'll never recognize you, Lucy.
Oh, excuse me. Can you tell me the way to stage 3?
It's the stage to the right.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Say, aren't you Mrs. Carmichael's friend?
Yes.
Oh. Well, possibly you could tell me where she is.
Oh, well, that's a coincidence. She's looking for you. She wants to give you the money you won at the track. Maybe she's at the bank.
No, she isn't at the bank. She isn't at home either. No, of course, if it was anyone but Mrs. Carmichael, I might suspect that she'd absconded with my winnings. But, of course, she's honest, she's trustworthy, she's probably in Las Vegas with my money.
All right. Both stuntmen over here, please. The script Trip Girl, you stay with me. Now, is everybody here? Iron Man, where's Iron Man?
Right here.
Well, if it ain't Iron Man. I guess you feel pretty good after getting those great reviews. Well. You're not going to get away with that. Now, come on, cut it out. Now, look, Ben, I want to discuss some changes. Since we have been lucky enough to get Iron Man here, we're going to switch parts around. Rusty, I want you to play Cutlass Joe, and Iron Man, you play Scurvy Sam. You told me that I could play Scurvy Sam.
Yeah, let him have the part. He's scurvier than I am.
No. I want you. Now, come on, Rusty, give Iron Man the patch. I'll see that you don't get good reviews on this show. Oh, now, come on, cut it out. Save that for the picture. All right, now, we're going to start here where we fight over the treasure. Now, men, remember, you have been swigging rum all day, and you're mean. Scurvy Sam, you're the ringleader. You want all the jewels and gold.
All I want's $250.
You'll get it. All right, now, everybody get your props. Well, Mr. Mooney, back so soon. How'd you like your bikini picture?
They threw me off the set.
Oh, were you smoking?
No, drooling.
You stick close to me. We'll show you some real action.
Oh,
all right, now, everybody around the treasure chest. And we're going to start with a fight over the treasure. This is where I get you, in this scene. Wise guy, huh? Action! What'd you do that for?
You said all stuntmen down here.
Well, I was wrong. I want you back up on the poop deck.
Oh, I'm too poop to make the poop.
Now, come on, Sam, you can do it. Man, I want you to put some life into this. This is where you get rid of Scurvy Sam.
Yeah, get rid of me, please. Let me walk the plank.
No, you don't walk the plank. We shoot you out of a cannon.
You shoot me out of a cannon? Not me, you don't. I quit.
Who wants to make $250?
All right, just call me Cannonball.
All right, man, stuff him into the cannon. Stuff him into the cannon.
Boy, you sure got a lot of guts to let him shoot you out of a cannon.
Well, why not? This is the only way to fly.
Good. All right, light the fuse. Sir, that took courage. Let me shake your hand. Oh, that was great, Iron Man. Just great. Now, that's all for today. Go get your check for $250.
Just make the check out to Theodore J. Mooney.
Me? Why?
Banker's dream, buddy. And I'm off and running.
I still feel a small protective ache whenever this sequence begins. Even after all these years of late-night rewatching Notebook open on my knee, the soft glow of the television casting long shadows across the living room. I find myself leaning forward the moment the door opens, and Rosie Harrigan bursts in with that unmistakable mix of triumph and barely contained panic. There is something almost sacred about the way Lucille Ball as Lucy Carmichael receives her. The apology comes first, breathless and genuine. "Oh darling, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you." And Lucy's reply, warm and unflappable, lands like a gentle hand on the shoulder of an old friend. "Well, it's all right, it could have been worse, it could have been eggs." I have always loved that line more than I can properly explain. It is pure Lucy, practical, absurd, and somehow deeply kind all at once. She does not scold, she does not demand an explanation. She simply absorbs the chaos and makes space for whatever comes next. What comes next is the announcement that still makes my chest tighten with a peculiar combination of pride and dread. Rosie has gotten her license. Not a marriage license as Lucy first assumes with that bright hopeful lift in her voice. "I didn't know you were engaged. When's the wedding?" But a real estate license. The correction is delivered with that half laugh, half exasperation that Anne Southern perfected as the Countess Framboise. "Not a marriage license, silly, my real estate license." And then the quiet, almost defensive confession that follows. "Remember, I'm also Rosie Harrigan and I like to eat well." Every time I reach this exchange, I find myself pausing the recording just for a second to sit with what it reveals. Here is a woman who has spent years performing aristocracy, clinging to the title of Countess Framboise as both shield and costume, now admitting that the performance is no longer enough to put food on the table. The mid-1960s were full of such quiet reckonings for women who had been taught that elegance and idleness were virtues. Rosie is not asking for pity. She is simply stating a fact. And Lucy, who has never once pretended that life is easy, answers with the only response that matters: immediate unconditional support. I have always believed that Lucy's greatest gift is not her ability to create chaos, though she does that with unmatched genius, but her ability to recognize when someone she loves is in genuine need and to step into that need without hesitation. Watch her face in these early moments. The way her eyes soften when Rosie speaks of eating. The tiny, almost invisible nod she gives when Rosie says she likes to eat well. Lucille Ball never overplays these micro-expressions. She lets them live just beneath the surface of the broader comedy so that if you are not paying close attention you might miss them entirely. But once you have seen them, you cannot unsee them. They are the emotional architecture of the entire sequence. The conversation that follows is deceptively light. Lucy teases that Rosie should simply loll around and lead a lazy life and live in the lap of luxury because she is after all the Countess. The line is delivered with that particular Lucy cadence that manages to be both affectionate and gently mocking. Rosie answers with the truth that cuts through the performance: she is also Rosie Harrigan. The dual identity is not a joke here, it is the central tension of the character. And Lucy understands it instantly. When she offers to recommend Rosie to anyone who needs a royal real estate agent, there is no condescension in the offer. It is practical friendship of the highest order. Well, after all, what are friends for, if it's not to lend a helping hand? And Rosie's reply, "And if you ever need a helping hand, just yell okay," feels like a pact sealed in that small living room. I still feel a protective ache when the scene shifts and Mr. Mooney arrives. Gail Gordon's entrance is always a masterclass in controlled irritation, but here the irritation is layered with something more complicated. He has hurried over to warn the Countess that the president of the bank has asked whether she would lend her name to a commercial enterprise. His indignation is genuine. "Sir, you are not dealing with a commoner," he recounts having told the president. The name of Countess Framboise is one of the oldest and noblest in all of France. The very mention of money matters would be very insulting. The way Gordon delivers the line with that perfect mixture of pomposity and sincere protectiveness still makes me smile even as I feel a small pang for him. He believes he is defending her dignity. He does not yet know that dignity in this particular case has become a luxury she can no longer afford. Lucy's response is pure mischief wrapped in loyalty. She allows Mooney to believe he has performed a gallant service. Mr. Mooney's very gallant, isn't he, Lucy? And Lucy, with that tiny knowing glance toward Rosie that I have re-watched dozens of times, agrees. The two women share a private understanding in that moment. Mooney is protecting a fiction that Rosie herself is about to abandon. The comedy is gentle, but the underlying truth is sharper. Sometimes the people who love us most try to preserve the version of us that no longer exists. Then comes the revelation that changes everything. Mooney is looking for a new apartment. His wife is back east, and he wants to surprise her with something lovely high up with a view. The way Lucy's posture changes when she hears this is one of those tiny physical miracles Lucille Ball specialized in. Her spine straightens a fraction. Her eyes brighten with the unmistakable light of a scheme forming. She begins asking questions with that deceptively casual tone. Where is it? How big is it? Have you signed the lease yet? And when Mooney admits he has not yet signed, the trap is already set in her mind. What moves me most even after all these years is the way Lucy does not simply leap into the scheme for the sake of chaos. She does it because she has just watched her friend admit that she needs to work, and she has immediately decided that the first client will be the one man who has the means and the need. The loyalty is absolute. The method is, of course, completely deranged. That combination is the essence of Lucy Carmichael. When Mooney leaves, the two women turn to each other with the kind of unspoken communication that only long friendship allows. Rosie is horrified at the idea of revealing herself as a working woman to Mooney. Rosie, why didn't you tell him you were the friend in the real estate business and have him think I'm a commoner? No thanks. Lucy's reply is firm and almost maternal. Well, Rosie, that settles it. You have just got to rent an apartment to Mr. Mooney. The determination in Ball's voice here is extraordinary. There is no room for argument. The decision has been made. The only remaining question is how to get Mooney into the apartment without him realizing who is selling it. I have always found something deeply moving in the way Lucy refuses to let Rosie give up. When Rosie says the apartment is beautiful, but what's the use, Lucy answers with that particular brand of stubborn hope that defines her. Well now, don't give up. I'll think of some way to get him up there to see it. And then the throwaway line that plants the seed for the entire disguise sequence. Oh, forget it, by the time you get him up there you wind up old and gray. The way Ball delivers the phrase old and gray, already tasting the idea, already turning it over in her mind, is a small masterclass in comic timing. The thought has arrived. The plan is already forming behind those wide innocent eyes. There is a quiet vulnerability underneath all of this that I never fully appreciated until I had lived long enough to understand what it costs a person to keep performing a version of themselves that no longer fits. Rosie has been the Countess for so long that the performance has become both armor and prison. Lucy sees the prison and decides without a moment's hesitation to help her friend step out of it by any means necessary, including turning herself into a 90-year-old poker-playing widow from Cucamonga. The absurdity is the point. The loyalty is the heart. Every time I reach the end of this opening sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark for a few extra seconds after the scene cuts, just feeling the residual warmth of that friendship. It is not glamorous. It is not sophisticated. It is two women in a modest living room deciding that one of them is going to help the other sell an apartment to the most difficult man either of them knows, and that the method will almost certainly involve elaborate deception, physical risk, and at least one major disaster. And somehow that decision still feels like the purest expression of love the show ever offered. I still feel protective of Lucy in these early moments because I know what is coming. I know the apartment will lock them in. I know the apple will become a moral battleground. I know the ledge will nearly kill her. But in this first sequence, before any of the chaos has begun, there is only the clear, bright light of friendship and the quiet determination to make something good happen for someone she loves. That light is what keeps me returning to this material decade after decade. It is what makes the laughter that follows feel earned rather than empty. And it is why even now when the door opens and Rosie steps in with her license and her hunger and her complicated pride, I still lean forward, notebook ready, heart already a little bit broken open in the best possible way. I still feel a small protective ache when Mr. Mooney walks through that door. Even after decades of late-night viewings, the particular cadence of Gail Gordon's footsteps, the precise tilt of his head as he surveys the room, the way his voice carries both authority and a barely concealed fondness, these things still settle over me like a familiar coat. He has come, he believes, on a mission of pure gallantry. The president of the bank has asked whether the Countess Framboise would consider lending her noble name to a commercial enterprise, and Mooney has hurried over nearly breathless with indignation to protect her from such an indignity. I hurried over here to warn you, he declares, and the way Gordon delivers the line still makes me smile and wince at the same time. There is genuine protectiveness in it, the kind that men of his generation often mistook for the highest form of respect. He recounts his conversation with the bank president with rising theatrical outrage. Sir, you are not dealing with a commoner. The name of Countess Framboise is one of the oldest and noblest in all of France. The very mention of money matters would be very insulting. And then that quiet, almost wistful addition that has always stopped my heart for a fraction of a second. Yes, and it has been so long since I've been insulted. Every time I reach that line I find myself pausing just for a breath to sit with what it reveals about Mooney. Beneath the bluster, and the rigid posture, lives a man who is lonely in ways he cannot admit, a man whose sense of dignity has become both his armor and his isolation. The Countess in his mind is a rare creature who must be shielded from the vulgarities of commerce. He does not yet know that the creature he is protecting has already decided she can no longer afford the luxury of being shielded. Lucy's response is a masterclass in controlled mischief. She lets him believe he has performed a noble service. Mr. Mooney's very gallant, isn't he? Lucy, Rosie says, and Lucy answers with perfect sincerity layered over perfect deception. Oh yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mooney. It's very nice of you to protect the Countess from these crass money-making schemes. The way Lucille Ball's eyes flicker toward Rosie in that moment is something I have rewatched more times than I can count. There is a private language between the two women, a silent agreement that Mooney's gallantry must be preserved even as they prepare to dismantle the very fiction he is defending. What moves me most even after all these years is the quiet cruelty of the situation. Mooney is trying to protect Rosie's dignity at the exact moment Rosie is trying to reclaim the right to feed herself. The mid-1960s were full of such collisions between old ideals of feminine grace and the harder economic realities that were beginning to press against them. Lucy sees both sides at once. She allows Mooney his moment of chivalry, and then, the second he mentions that he is looking for a new apartment, she pivots with the speed and precision of a woman who has spent a lifetime turning other people's needs into opportunities for the people she loves. Listen carefully to the way the questions begin. You're moving into a new apartment. Where is it? Yes. How big is it? Have you signed the lease yet? The rhythm is almost musical. Ball does not rush. She lets each question land with the casual curiosity of a friendly neighbor, while behind those wide eyes the entire scheme is already assembling itself. When Mooney admits he has not yet signed the lease, the air in the room changes. I can feel it even now. Sitting alone in the dark with the episode playing, Lucy has found her opening. The brilliance of the writing here is that Lucy does not invent the need. The need already exists. Mooney wants a lovely apartment high up with a view, a surprise for his wife who is still back east. Rosie has exactly such an apartment to show. All that remains is to bring the two together without Mooney discovering that the royal real estate agent is the same woman whose noble name he has just defended from the contamination of commerce. The deception is not born of malice. It is born of loyalty so fierce it is willing to look ridiculous in the service of a friend's survival. I still feel protective of Mooney in these moments, because I know how completely he is about to be outmaneuvered. There is something almost tender in the way he speaks of the surprise he is planning for his wife. When she comes back here, I want to surprise her with a lovely new apartment I found. The line is delivered with a rare softness. For a few seconds, the banker's rigid exterior cracks and we glimpse the man who still wants to do something romantic, something thoughtful. something that might bridge the distance between himself and the woman who shares his name. Lucy hears that softness and files it away. She will use it, of course. She uses everything. But she uses it in the service of a friendship that matters more to her than almost anything else. When Mooney announces that he is going over with the broker that afternoon to see the apartment again, Lucy's entire body language shifts. She becomes the picture of helpful concern. "Gee, I don't know why anybody would want to live in a place like that," she says, and the line is so perfectly calibrated that Mooney does not even register the insult. He is too busy defending his choice. And then comes the first true seed of the deception. Lucy begins to speak of a friend who is in the real estate business. The way she introduces the idea is almost shy, as if she is reluctant to impose. "Well, you see, Mr. Mooney, she has a friend who's in the real estate business." Rosie's reaction is immediate and horrified. She does not want Mooney to know she is working. The fear of being seen as a commoner is still stronger than the need to eat. Lucy understands this. She does not push. She simply plants the idea and lets it sit. When Mooney responds with that classic Gail Gordon mixture of politeness and absolute refusal, "Mrs. Carmichael, any friend of yours is a friend of yours, and I don't intend to make them a friend of mine. I'll find my own." The comedy is exquisite. But the underlying sadness is real. He is rejecting the very help Rosie needs because he still believes he is protecting her from the degradation of labor. After he leaves, the two women turn to each other, and the private conversation that follows is one of the most revealing in the entire composite. Rosie is adamant she will not have Mooney think she is a commoner. Lucy is equally adamant Rosie is going to rent that apartment to him. The exchange is short, but the emotional weight is enormous. "Well, Rosie, that settles it. You have just got to rent an apartment to Mr. Mooney." There is no room for negotiation in Ball's delivery. The decision has been made. The only remaining question is the method. I have always loved the way Lucy refuses to accept Rosie's despair. When Rosie says she has a beautiful apartment, but what's the use, Lucy answers with that stubborn, almost childlike faith that has defined her for as long as I have known her. "Well, now, don't give up. I'll think of some way to get him up there to see it." And then the throwaway line that contains the entire future of the episode: "Oh, forget it, by the time you get him up there you wind up old and gray." The way Ball's eyes light up as she says those last three words is a small miracle of comic acting. The idea has arrived fully formed. She does not need to invent a complicated plan. She simply needs to become old and gray. What moves me most in this sequence is the quiet understanding between the two women that dignity is a luxury some of us can no longer afford. Rosie has spent years performing aristocracy. Lucy has spent years performing competence in a world that rarely takes her seriously. Both of them know what it costs to keep the performance going. And both of them, in this small living room on an ordinary afternoon, decide that the performance can be temporarily suspended if it means one of them gets to eat. I still feel a protective ache when I watch Lucy begin to assemble the pieces of the deception. She is not doing this for the thrill of chaos, though chaos will certainly follow. She is doing it because her friend is hungry and because the man who could solve that hunger is standing 3 feet away, completely unaware that the solution is already in the room with him. The loyalty is absolute. The method will be absurd. And the consequences will be, as always, far larger than anyone anticipates. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of mid-1960s aspiration that the scene so perfectly captures. Mooney wants to surprise his wife with a better life. Rosie wants to earn the right to keep living the life she has been performing. Lucy wants only to make both of those things possible at the same time. The collision of those three desires is the engine that will drive everything that follows: the locked apartment, the apple, the ledge, the construction site, the spy farce, the racetrack, the cannon. But here in this quiet room, before any of the disasters have begun, there is only friendship and need and the first small seeds of a deception that will, as always, grow far beyond anyone's control. I still love them for it. All three of them, even Mooney, who is about to be thoroughly and lovingly deceived. Especially Lucy, who has already decided that the cost of the deception is irrelevant as long as her friend gets to eat. That decision made so casually and so completely in this second sequence is the reason I keep returning to this material year after year. It is the reason the laughter that follows still feels like a form of grace. I still feel a small protective ache the moment Lucy decides to become 90 years old. Even after all these years of sitting alone with the glow of the television notebook open, I find myself holding my breath when the transformation begins. There is something almost sacred about the way Lucille Ball approaches a disguise. She does not simply put on a costume. She inhabits an entire life that never existed, complete with history, grievances, appetites, and a very specific moral code. The little old lady from Cucamonga is not a cartoon. She is a fully realized woman who has outlived 7 husbands, each richer than the last, and who now belongs to a card club that feeds a $100,000 kitty every week. The entrance is pure ball genius. Are you a young man I'm looking for? Theodore J. Mooney. The voice is cracked, the posture is bent, the eyes are sharp with the particular suspicion of someone who has learned not to trust easy charm. When Mooney answers that he is the man she seeks, her response is a perfect mixture of relief and residual wariness. Oh heaven. And then the line that still makes me laugh out loud even after countless viewings. I may be 90, but I'm very well preserved. The way she delivers it, with a little toss of the head and a flicker of vanity that refuses to die, is one of those tiny miracles of physical comedy that Lucille Ball specialized in. She lets us see the girl who once turned heads still living inside the ancient body. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the completeness of the invention. Lucy does not merely claim to be old. She builds an entire biography on the spot. I've been married 7 times, one husband richer than the other. The list of names that follows: Huntington, Thorndike, Smithers Jones, Hutchins, they were brothers. Belfry is delivered with the weary pride of a woman who has collected husbands the way other people collect souvenir spoons. And then that glorious throwaway summation, how's that for a parley? Every time I hear it I feel a surge of admiration for the speed of Ball's mind. The character is being created in real time, and yet every detail feels lived in, specific, and slightly dangerous. The $100,000 kitty is the masterstroke. Lucy does not simply offer Mooney a large sum of money. She creates an entire community of rich little old ladies in Cucamonga who play poker rather than bridge. It's poker honey, and who have been feeding the same kitty for so long that it has become a big cat now. The way she leans in when she says the words $100,000 is both conspiratorial and faintly menacing. She is testing him. She is deciding whether he cuts the mustard with the other girl. The phrase is pure mid-1960s vernacular filtered through the mouth of a woman who has survived more than most, and Ball delivers it with the exact mixture of foxy charm and steel that makes the character unforgettable. I still feel protective of Mooney in these moments because he never stands a chance. Gail Gordon's performance here is a masterclass in controlled panic. The banker in him lights up at the mention of the money. The gentleman in him is appalled by the sudden appearance of this ancient, heavily married poker-playing force of nature. When she tells him she will meet him at 3 o'clock in her apartment at Sunset Apartments 18B, the conflict on his face is exquisite. He has a previous engagement. She is prepared to find another banker. The threat is soft, almost grandmotherly, and completely effective. Okay, I'll find another banker, but I'll break it, I'll break. The way Ball's voice hardens on the final repetition still sends a small shiver down my spine. This is not a woman who accepts refusal. The brilliance of the sequence is that Lucy is not simply lying. She is constructing a reality so vivid that Mooney has no choice but to step into it. The card club, the husbands, the kitty, the demand that he prove himself to the other girls, all of it is invented in the space of a few minutes, and yet every piece is consistent with the character she has created. I have always believed that Lucille Ball's greatest gift as a physical comedian was not the falls or the faces, though those remain unmatched. It was her ability to make an audience believe that the person in front of them had an entire invisible life stretching out behind them. The little old lady from Cucamonga arrives fully formed, and we never once question her existence. When the scene shifts to the apartment and Lucy now herself again is frantically preparing for Mooney's arrival, the emotional temperature changes. The disguise has done its work. The trap is set, but the cost of the deception is already beginning to show on her face. Oh dear, I am so nervous, he's liable to blow his top. The vulnerability in that line is real. Lucy knows she has crossed a line. She knows Mooney will be furious. And she does it anyway because Rosie needs the sale and because loyalty in Lucy's particular moral universe always outweighs the temporary inconvenience of another person's rage. I still feel a small protective ache when Mooney arrives and the truth begins to surface. Little old lady from Tokomanga indeed. The way Gordon delivers the line with that perfect mixture of betrayal and reluctant admiration still makes me want to reach through the screen and pat his arm. He has been thoroughly and lovingly deceived, and the worst part is that he already suspects he is going to end up looking at the apartment anyway. Lucy's apology is delivered with that particular bald sincerity that somehow makes the offense worse. Sorry, Mr. Mooney, but it was the only way I could get you up here. There is no real remorse in the voice. There is only the calm certainty of a woman who has decided that the end justifies the means. What moves me most in this sequence is the quiet recognition that Lucy's disguises are never just about laughter, they are about power. In a world that rarely takes her seriously as Lucy Carmichael, the little old lady from Cucamonga commands attention, respect, and the undivided focus of the most powerful man she knows. The transformation is temporary, but the feeling it gives her is not. For a few minutes, she is no longer the scatterbrained bank employee or the well-meaning friend who creates disasters. She is a force of nature with 7 dead husbands and a $100,000 kitty, and the world has no choice but to listen. The mid-1960s were full of women who understood the strategic value of becoming someone else. Lucy's version of that strategy is simply more theatrical, more physical, and infinitely more joyful. She does not hide behind the disguise. She inhabits it so completely that the disguise itself becomes a form of truth. The little old lady is not a lie. She is a version of Lucy that has been waiting for permission to exist, the version that is sharp, demanding, unapologetic, and entirely unafraid of other people's comfort. Every time I reach the moment when Mooney realizes he has been tricked, I find myself smiling through a small familiar sadness. He will look at the apartment. He will be locked in. He will fight over an apple and taste putty, and nearly lower himself from the 18th floor on a rope. All of it begins here with a 90-year-old woman who may be well preserved and who has decided that Theodore J. Mooney needs to prove he cuts the mustard. The comedy is glorious. The loyalty that drives it is even more so. I still love Lucy most in these moments of complete transformation. There is a freedom in the disguise that she rarely allows herself in her own skin. The little old lady can say things Lucy cannot. She can demand things Lucy would never demand. She can look Mooney in the eye and tell him she will find another banker if he does not break his previous engagement, and she can do it without a trace of the guilt that so often shadows Lucy's schemes. For a few precious minutes, the protective ache I always feel for her eases, replaced by something closer to awe. The trap is set. The apartment is waiting. The weekend of imprisonment, the apple, the ledge, the long descent into farce, all of it is already inevitable. But here in this sequence, before the door locks and the chaos begins in earnest, there is only the pure bright joy of a woman who has decided to become someone else in order to help the friend she loves. That decision, made so completely and so fearlessly, is the reason I keep returning to this material. It is the reason the laughter still feels like a form of grace. And it is the reason that even now, when the cracked voice asks for Theodore J. Mooney, I lean forward in the dark notebook, ready, heart already wide open for whatever comes next. I still feel a small protective ache the moment the three of them step into that apartment. Even after all these years of late night rewatching, the particular quality of the light through those high windows. The way the camera lets us feel the height before anyone speaks of it. The quiet pride in Rosie's voice as she begins the tour. These things still settle over me like a warning. I know what is coming. I have known it for decades. And yet every single time, I find myself hoping irrationally that this time the lock will not catch, that this time they will simply look at the view and leave, that this time the weekend of imprisonment will not begin. The apartment is beautiful. That is the first and most dangerous fact. Rosie has not exaggerated. It is spacious, high up with a view that on a clear day reaches all the way to Catalina. Lucy's face when she first takes it in is a small masterclass in restrained wonder. She has come here to sell the place to help her friend to complete the scheme that began with a 90-year-old poker player from Cucamonga. But for a few seconds the scheme falls away and she is simply a woman standing in a room that feels larger than any room she has ever lived in. The mid-1960s were full of such rooms, glass and steel, and promises of a cleaner, higher, more modern life. Lucy feels the pull of that promise, even as she is about to weaponize it. Mooney arrives already furious. Little old lady from Tokomanga indeed. The line is delivered with Gale Gordon's perfect mixture of betrayal and reluctant admiration. He has been tricked, and he knows it, and the worst part is that he can already feel himself being drawn into looking at the apartment anyway. Lucy's apology is immediate and almost cheerful. "Sorry, Mr. Mooney, but it was the only way I could get you up here." There is no real remorse in Ball's voice. There is only the calm certainty of a woman who has decided that the end justifies the means. When Mooney demands an apology, and then refuses to accept it, the comedy is exquisite but the underlying emotional truth is sharper. He is angry because he has been outmaneuvered by someone he still despite everything cares about. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the way Rosie steps into the role of aristocratic mediator. "When commoners trick you, I find that it is best to humor them." The line is pure Countess Framboise delivered with Anne Southern's perfect mixture of hauteur and private amusement. She is protecting Lucy, even as she is protecting the sale. The dual identity that has defined her from the beginning is working at full capacity here. She is both the noblewoman who finds the situation slightly distasteful and the practical Rosie Harrigan who needs this commission. Lucy watches her with a mixture of gratitude and mischief that Ball plays with extraordinary subtlety. The two women are still in league, still moving through the same private language they have shared since the license was first announced. The tour begins with the bedroom. Of course it does. Lucy's suggestion is delivered with that particular brand of innocent enthusiasm that always signals danger. "Well, what about the bedroom?" Mooney's reluctance is palpable and yet he follows. The physical comedy that follows the two of them trying to decide who should enter first, the little dance of politeness that becomes increasingly absurd, is classic Ball and Gordon. But beneath the laughter there is already the sense that the apartment itself is beginning to take control. The rooms are too modern, too clever, too full of gadgets that no ordinary person should be trusted with. Then comes the view. "Now look, on a clear day you can see Catalina." Lucy's voice softens when she says it. For a moment the sales pitch becomes something closer to genuine sharing. Mooney looks. He does not want to admit that he is impressed, but the admission comes anyway. "Why, you're right. Why, the view is absolutely breathtaking." The way Gordon allows the wonder to break through the irritation is one of the small gifts of his performance. He is a man who has spent his life counting interest and protecting dignity, and yet even he cannot remain entirely unmoved by the sight of the Pacific, stretching out toward Catalina. Lucy sees the crack in his armor and presses the advantage with the gentleness of a true friend and the ruthlessness of a born schemer. The burglar-proof lock is the moment everything changes. I still feel the protective ache most sharply here. Rosie demonstrates the gadget with pride. It locks the front door and the back door at the same time. Lucy, ever the enthusiast for anything that might go wrong, insists on showing him how it works. The physical business of finding the right button, the little moment of confusion, the final satisfying click, all of it is played with Ball's unmatched precision. And then the realization. The key is gone. The purse has already been dropped down the bottle chute. They are locked in. The silence that follows the discovery is one of the most eloquent in the entire composite. Three people who have spent the last half hour performing different versions of themselves are suddenly irrevocably stuck with one another for the weekend. Lucy's face in that moment is a study in dawning horror tempered by the faintest trace of guilty delight. She has done this. She has locked them all in. And somewhere underneath the panic there is the smallest spark of the same joy she always feels when a scheme has taken on a life of its own. Mooney's reaction is pure Gale Gordon gold. The fury, the disbelief, the slow realization that he is going to have to spend the next 2 days with the two women who have just thoroughly deceived him, all of it plays across his face with the clarity of a man who has never learned to hide what he feels. I have a suggestion, Mrs. Carmichael, but you're too big to shove down that chute. The line is savage and perfect. And yet even in his rage there is the familiar undercurrent of reluctant affection that has always defined his relationship with Lucy. He is furious with her. He is also already beginning to calculate how they are going to survive this together. What moves me most in this sequence is the way the apartment itself becomes a character. The modern gadgets that were meant to impress, the disappearing bed, the bottle chute, the simultaneous lock, have turned against their visitors with the impartial cruelty of technology that no one fully understands. The mid-1960s were full of such promises: push-button living, effortless security, a future in which machines would take care of the messy details of human life. The apartment is the dream of that future made solid. And the dream has just locked 3 ordinary people inside it with no key and no clear way out. Lucy's attempt to take responsibility is brief and entirely characteristic. She is sorry. She is also already looking for the next move. When she notices the ledge that leads to the next apartment, the protective ache I always feel for her becomes almost physical. If I can get over there, I can go downstairs and get help. The way Ball delivers the line with that mixture of bravado and barely concealed terror still makes my stomach tighten. Mooney and Rosie both protest. It is too dangerous. It is too high. It is no job for a woman. Lucy listens to none of it. She has locked them in. She will get them out. The logic is pure. Lucy, the person who creates the disaster, is also the only person allowed to risk everything to fix it. I still feel protective of her most fiercely in the moments before she steps onto that ledge. The camera does not need to show us the drop. We feel it in the way her voice changes, in the way she tells herself not to look down, in the way she keeps her eyes shut and keeps moving anyway. Lucille Ball never needed elaborate special effects to make physical danger feel real. She simply committed her entire body to the reality of the moment. And the audience had no choice but to follow her out onto the ledge with her. The sequence ends with the 3 of them still trapped, the key still in the basement, the weekend still stretching out in front of them like an unwelcome gift. The modern apartment has kept its promise of security. It has simply secured the wrong people inside it. And Lucy, who began the day trying to help her friend sell a beautiful high-rise unit, has succeeded beyond her wildest expectations. They are all going to become intimately familiar with every inch of the place. They are going to fight over an apple. They are going to taste putty. They are going to contemplate ropes and ledges, and the particular madness of being stranded on a desert island in the middle of Hollywood. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of the disaster that has just been set in motion. The apartment was supposed to be a solution. It has become a prison. The lock was supposed to keep danger out. It has locked the danger in with them. And Lucy, who only ever wanted to help Rosie eat, has once again created a situation that will demand every ounce of her courage, her inventiveness, and her stubborn, ridiculous loyalty. I still love her for it. Even as I wince in advance of the ledge, the apple, the long night of hunger and accusation. Especially then. Because the high-rise mayhem is not an accident. It is the direct result of a woman deciding that her friend's need was more important than anyone's comfort, including her own. That decision, made so completely in the earlier sequences, has now locked them all inside a beautiful prison with a view of Catalina. The comedy that follows will be glorious. The cost will be real. And I will be right here on the couch, notebook open, heart already aching with protective love for the woman who never once learned how to leave well enough alone. I still feel a small protective ache the moment they realize the key is gone for good. Even after decades of late-night viewings, the particular silence that falls over the 3 of them when the truth settles in still tightens something in my chest. The purse is in the basement. The burglar-proof lock has done its job with impartial efficiency. They are stranded, as Lucy so perfectly puts it, on a desert island in the middle of Hollywood. The line is delivered with that mixture of theatrical despair and private delight that only Lucille Ball could manage. She has created the disaster. She is already beginning to enjoy the shape of it. What follows is one of the purest descents into domestic farce the series ever achieved. The modern apartment with all its clever gadgets and breathtaking views becomes a pressure cooker in which three very different temperaments are forced to confront the most basic human problem: how to survive one another when there is nowhere else to go. Mooney immediately tries to impose order. Now ladies, let's be realistic about the situation. Now our main problem is sustenance. The way Gail Gordon delivers the word, sustenance, still makes me smile. He is attempting to turn a locked apartment into a board meeting, and the attempt is both admirable and doomed from the start. Lucy's response is pure Carmichael. She agrees to forget about food. She agrees that they will not even think about food. And then within seconds, she is free associating about pickles and strawberry shortcake with the helpless momentum of a woman whose mind has already betrayed her. A pickle, a dill pickle was born in a rye, oh a mash and a pile of mold, oh a strawberry shortcake. The rapid-fire nonsense is classic Ball, but underneath the comedy there is something more vulnerable. She is hungry, she is scared, and she is already beginning to feel the weight of having locked two people she cares about inside a beautiful prison of her own making. The discovery of the single apple is one of those perfect comic objects that the show specialized in. It is small. It is ordinary. And the moment it appears, it becomes the most important thing in the world. I found an apple, I found an apple. Lucy's voice rises with the particular joy of a child who has found treasure. Rosie's reaction is immediate and proprietary. Mooney's is bureaucratic. He will take charge of it. He will place it on the barrel in plain sight. He will put them all on their honor, not to touch it until breakfast. The speech is pure Mooney, formal, slightly pompous and completely sincere. I am putting us all on our honor not to touch that apple until breakfast time tomorrow morning. I still feel protective of all three of them in this moment. The apple is not really about food. It is about control. Mooney needs to believe that rules can still function even when the world has shrunk to 3 rooms and a locked door. Lucy needs to believe that the disaster she has created can still be managed with enough cleverness and goodwill. Rosie needs to believe that someone is still in charge. The apple becomes the temporary answer to all 3 needs, and therefore, it becomes the most dangerous object in the apartment. The sleepwalking sequence that follows is pure physical poetry. Mooney, who has spent the evening trying to maintain dignity, is reduced to a man in pajamas, drifting toward the apple with the single-minded purpose of the truly hungry. Lucy and Rosie watch him with the particular mixture of suspicion and delight that only people who have been locked in together can understand. The putty test, pressing a bit of the substance into his mouth to see if he is truly asleep, is one of those small, viciously funny bits of business that Ball and Gordon made look effortless. When Mooney later confesses that he woke up with the strangest taste of putty in my mouth, the line is delivered with such perfect weary dignity that I still laugh out loud every single time. What moves me most even after all these years is the way the comedy never quite loses sight of the underlying fear. They are 18 floors up. The key is gone. No one knows they are there. The ledge that Lucy has already noticed is not a joke. It is a real and dangerous possibility. When she finally voices the idea, I noticed that there's a ledge out here that leads to the next apartment. If I can get over there, I can go downstairs and get help. The protective ache I always feel for her becomes almost physical. Mooney and Rosie both protest. It is too dangerous. It is no job for a woman. Lucy listens to none of it. She has locked them in. She will get them out. The logic is pure Lucy, and it is both heroic and completely terrifying. The ledge sequence itself is one of the great physical comedy set pieces of the entire series. Ball does not need elaborate camera tricks. She simply commits her entire body to the reality of the drop. The way she keeps her eyes shut, the way she tells herself not to look down, the way her voice changes when she feels the pigeon or whatever small creature lands on her. Get it off. Get it off. Oh, the blessed little thing. All of it is played with a mixture of terror and sudden, unexpected tenderness that only she could manage. For a few seconds, the dangerous ledge becomes the site of a tiny absurd moment of connection with another living creature, and then she is moving again, inching toward the next window, risking everything because the alternative is to sit still and accept the disaster she has made. When she finally disappears into the next apartment and the others realize she has only managed to lock herself into an identical unit, the comedy reaches a kind of sublime hopelessness. Same apartment, huh? Well, we'll just have to stay here till Monday, I guess. The line is pure Lucy, practical, defeated, and already beginning to look for the next impossible solution. Mooney's suggestion that they search the apartment for anything that might help them escape is the last attempt at rational order. What they find is a hammer, some putty, and the same single apple that has already caused so much trouble. The search becomes another form of domestic farce, a way of pretending that action is still possible when in fact they are completely stuck. I still feel the protective ache most sharply in the quiet moments between the big comic set pieces. The way Lucy looks at the apple when she thinks no one is watching. The way Mooney's voice softens almost imperceptibly when he tells them that the more they sleep, the less they will eat. The way Rosie, who began the day as the Countess Framboise trying to sell an apartment, has been reduced to a woman arguing over a piece of fruit in a locked room. The modern high-rise was supposed to represent the future clean, efficient, secure. Instead, it has become a stage for the oldest human comedy of all, three people who cannot get away from one another discovering exactly how much of themselves they are willing to reveal when there is nowhere left to hide. The descent into domestic farce is not a failure of the episode. It is the point. All the schemes, all the disguises, all the carefully constructed performances of dignity and competence have been stripped away by a single lock and a missing key. What remains is hunger, irritation, reluctant affection, and the stubborn refusal to stop trying. Lucy will keep looking for a way out. Mooney will keep trying to impose rules. Rosie will keep moving between her two identities. Sometimes the Countess, and sometimes just a woman who is tired and hungry and locked in with the two most complicated people she knows. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of survival that the show has just offered us. The apple is still on the barrel. The ledge has been attempted and found wanting. The weekend is only beginning. And Lucy, who only ever wanted to help her friend sell a beautiful apartment with a view of Catalina, has once again created a situation that will demand every ounce of inventiveness, courage, and ridiculous loyalty she possesses. I still love her for it. Even as I wince in advance of the long night of accusations and putty and half-eaten fruit, especially then. Because the survival in the sky is not an accident. It is the direct result of a woman who never once learned how to leave well enough alone when someone she loved was in need. That quality, so dangerous, and so shining, is the reason I keep returning to this material. It is the reason the laughter still feels like a form of grace. And it is the reason that, even now, when the three of them settle in for the night with the apple standing guard on its barrel, I lean forward in the dark notebook, open heart, already aching with protective love for the woman who would rather risk a ledge than sit still inside a disaster of her own making. I still feel a small protective ache the moment the scene shifts from the locked high-rise to the open air of the construction site. Even after all these years of late night, re-watching the sudden change in texture from carpeted floors and burglar-proof gadgets to steel dust and the raw vertical ambition of a building still rising, still catches me off guard. The apartment had been a prison of modernity. The construction site is modernity in the act of being born. And Lucy walks into it the way she walks into every new world, curious, slightly out of place, and already beginning to rearrange it around the needs of her own heart. Mr. Mooney is already there, of course. He has come to protect the bank's money, leaning over blueprints and bent nails with the particular anxiety of a man who understands interest better than he understands steel. You leaning over your blueprints, the men leaning over their shovels, and me leaning over my checkbook. The line is pure Mooney, and Gail Gordon delivers it with that mixture of self-importance and genuine concern that has always made the character more than a comic foil. He is not merely a banker on a site visit. He is a man trying to keep a 39-story promise from collapsing under the weight of human error and expensive delay. Lucy arrives looking for him about a $50 mistake on her allowance check. The errand is small, almost trivial, and yet it is the thread that pulls her into an entirely new emotional landscape. When she learns that the bank's electronic equipment has somehow overpaid her, her response is pure Carmichael practicality. If the machines cannot be trusted, she will simply keep the extra money. The moment is funny, but it is also revealing. Lucy has never fully believed in the infallibility of systems. She has always preferred the messy, unreliable logic of human connection. Then, Frank Winslow appears. I still feel the protective ache most sharply in the first seconds of their meeting. Frank is everything the locked apartment was not. He is tall, sun-browned, practical, and completely at ease with height and risk. When he is introduced to Lucy, the air around her changes. Lucille Ball plays the moment with extraordinary restraint. There is no exaggerated, fluttering, no cartoonish double take. Instead, there is a quiet, almost startled recognition that something new has entered the frame. How do you do? Pleasure to meet you, Miss Carmichael. And then the invitation that will change the temperature of the entire composite. He would like to show her around the project. What moves me most even after all these years is the way Lucy answers. Oh well, I just love big, tall, handsome projects. The line is flirtatious, yes, but it is also deeply characteristic. She is not simply responding to a man. She is responding to a world that feels larger and more vertical than the one she usually inhabits. The construction site, with its open sky and unfinished floors, offers her a kind of freedom the locked apartment denied. And Frank, standing in the middle of it, becomes the human embodiment of that freedom. The hard hat sequence is pure Ball physical poetry. When Frank insists she put one on, we certainly don't want anything to fall on that pretty head, do we? Mr. Mooney. Lucy's transformation is immediate and complete. She becomes Sergeant York for a moment, then something softer, then something quietly radiant. How do I look like Sergeant York? The way she wears the hat, slightly too large, slightly absurd, and yet somehow more herself than she has been in days, still makes my chest tighten. Mooney watches the exchange with the particular mixture of alarm and reluctant amusement that has always defined his relationship to Lucy's romantic possibilities. He knows trouble when he sees it. He also knows he is powerless to stop it. Frank's invitation to lunch the next day is delivered with the straightforward sincerity of a man who does not have time for elaborate courtship rituals. I know it's kind of rushing things, but things are rushing me. The line is perfect. The building is rising. The schedule is tight, and yet he is making space for this red-headed woman who has appeared in the middle of his workday like a bright, unexpected complication. Lucy's acceptance is quiet and complete. She does not play coy. She simply says yes, and in that yes there is the particular hopefulness that has always made her both dangerous and luminous. I still feel protective of her in these early moments with Frank because I know how rarely the show allows her this kind of uncomplicated romantic possibility. So many of Lucy's schemes are driven by the need to fix something: Rosie's finances, Mooney's apartment search, the endless small disasters of daily life. Here for a few precious minutes, the only scheme is the possibility of being seen by someone who is not already exhausted by her. Frank does not know about the locked apartment or the little old lady from Cucamonga or the apple on the barrel. He only knows that this woman in the hard hat makes the unfinished building feel suddenly more interesting. The mid-1960s were full of such encounters: women stepping into male spaces of work and risk, men discovering that the women who entered those spaces carried their own complicated weather systems. The construction site becomes a stage for that discovery. Lucy, who has spent the previous sequences locked inside a modern apartment designed to keep the world out, is now standing on the skeleton of a building designed to rise into the sky. The contrast is deliberate and deeply moving. One space imprisoned her. This one seems, at least for the moment, to open something in her. Mooney's reaction to the budding connection is a masterclass in Gail Gordon's particular brand of protective irritation. He tries to intervene. He tries to remind Frank that there is a 39-story building that needs finishing. He tries in his own rigid way to shield Lucy from another potential disaster. And yet, when Frank insists on the lunch date, Mooney's resistance softens into something closer to weary acceptance. He has seen this look on Lucy's face before. He knows the particular stubborn hope that lives behind it. He also knows that trying to stop her is as useless as trying to stop the building from rising. What moves me most in this sequence is the quiet shift in Lucy's physical presence. On the construction site, she stands a little taller. Her gestures become more expansive. The woman who only hours earlier was inching along an 18th floor ledge with her eyes shut is now looking up at steel girders with something closer to hunger than fear. Frank has given her a new vertical to measure herself against, and she is already beginning to rise to meet it. The final moments of the sequence, Lucy watching Frank return to work, the small private smile that crosses her face when she thinks no one is looking still undo me. There is no grand declaration. There is only the soft, almost shy recognition that something has begun. The locked apartment and its apple and its ledge suddenly feel very far away. A new story is opening, one that will involve champagne on a girder, a custom hard hat with her name on it, and the particular risk of letting herself be seen by a man who works with his hands and his whole body 48 hours at a stretch. I still love her most in these moments of unexpected softness. The schemer, the disguiser, the woman who would lock 3 people in a high-rise for the sake of a friend's commission is also capable of standing on an unfinished floor and feeling her heart lift at the simple possibility of lunch with a tall man who thinks she looks good in a hard hat. That capacity for sudden stubborn hope is the quality that has kept me returning to this material for decades. It is the reason the protective ache never quite goes away. And it is the reason that even now, when Frank Winslow first smiles at her across the construction site, I lean forward in the dark, notebook open, already bracing for the particular joy and particular danger of watching Lucy Carmichael fall a little bit in love with the sky. I still feel a small protective ache the moment Lucy steps out onto that unfinished floor for lunch. Even after all these years of late-night rewatching, the particular quality of the light up there, the wide unfiltered sky, the distant city spread out below, the way the wind moves through the open steel, still makes my chest tighten with a mixture of wonder and quiet dread. She has come from the locked apartment, from the apple and the ledge and the long night of forced proximity, and now she is standing in a place that is the exact opposite of everything that imprisoned her. The floor is open. The walls do not yet exist. The only thing between her and the drop is the thin certainty of a girder and the presence of a man who moves through this height as if it were ordinary ground. Frank had planned a proper lunch. He tells her so with the straightforward regret of a man who is used to plans changing without warning. You know, I had reservations for lunch at a real swanky restaurant. And then my foreman didn't come to work this morning, and well, I had to stay here. The explanation is practical, almost apologetic. The foreman has been hired to do one of those cigarette commercials, the kind that still littered the airwaves in the mid-1960s with their cheerful, deadly promises. Lucy's response is pure Carmichael. She turns the disappointment into a joke about black eyes and indigestion from eating a hat. The laughter eases something between them. The swanky restaurant is forgotten. The unfinished penthouse floor becomes their dining room. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the way Lucy handles the height. She is terrified. Anyone who has watched her inch along the 18th floor ledge only sequences earlier can see it in the careful way she plants her feet, in the way her hand lingers a moment too long on any available support, in the bright, brittle cheerfulness of her voice when she insists she can see perfectly well while sitting down. Frank does not mock her fear. He simply offers his hand and tells her to take it easy, slow and easy. The physical business of getting her from a seated position to a standing one on that open floor is played with extraordinary tenderness. Lucille Ball lets us see both the fear and the determination to master it. She wants to be the kind of woman who can stand up here without flinching. She is not there yet. The effort itself is what undoes me. When she finally stands and looks out, the moment is quietly transcendent. Well, that's fine, nothing to it. The lie is transparent and deeply touching. She is still afraid. She is also beginning to feel the particular intoxication of being higher than the ordinary world. Frank watches her with the calm attention of a man who has seen this reaction before and never grown tired of it. You know something, Lucy, when this building is finished, this whole floor is gonna be a penthouse restaurant. The information is practical. The way he delivers it is intimate. He is sharing a future that does not yet exist, and he is sharing it with her. Lucy's reply is one of those perfect ball lines that manage to be both funny and unexpectedly poetic. Oh goody, I always do ask for a table by the window, but this is the first time I ever got a table out the window. The joke lands, but underneath it there is a soft, almost shy delight in the idea that she is the first person to eat in a room that does not yet have walls. The mid-1960s were full of such unfinished futures, buildings rising, neighborhoods changing, people trying to locate themselves inside a modernity that was still under construction. Lucy, who has spent so much of her life improvising inside the gaps of other people's plans, recognizes the feeling immediately. She belongs to unfinished things. Then comes the hard hat. I still feel the protective ache most sharply when Frank presents it. He has had it made specially for her. It has her name on it. The gesture is simple and completely disarming. In a world where Lucy is used to creating elaborate schemes just to be taken seriously, here is a man who has quietly arranged for her name to be painted on a piece of protective equipment so that she might feel safer walking through his dangerous vertical world. Oh Frank, oh, it's beautiful. The way Ball's voice softens on the words, the way her hands turn the hat over as if it were something far more delicate than steel and enamel, still undoes me. She has been given many things over the course of the series, trouble mostly and the occasional hard-won victory. This small practical gift carries a different weight. It says, I see you. I want you to be able to stand up here with me. The champagne that follows feels almost inevitable. They toast to having their heads in the clouds. The phrase is perfect. It captures both the literal height and the particular giddiness of two people who are beginning to invent a private language on a floor that does not yet have walls. Lucy's laughter when Frank says they do not have to worry about ants, only birds, is bright and unguarded. For a few minutes the locked apartment and its apple and its long night of suspicion feel very far away. She is simply a woman having a picnic in the sky with a man who thinks she looks good in a hard hat that bears her name. What moves me most in this sequence is the quiet shift in Lucy's physical presence. The woman who kept her eyes shut on the ledge is now looking outward. The woman who fought over an apple in a locked room is now accepting champagne from a man who works 48 hours without sleep. The romance is still fragile, still new, still capable of being destroyed by the next disaster she inevitably creates. And yet, for these few minutes on the open floor, it feels possible. Frank does not know about the Countess or the little old lady from Cucamonga or the burglar-proof lock. He only knows that this red-headed woman makes the unfinished building feel less lonely. The invitation to dining and dancing on Saturday night arrives with the same straightforward sincerity that has marked everything Frank has offered her. Why don't I take you dining and dancing Saturday night? He will not take no for an answer. Lucy's acceptance is soft and complete. Well, how can I resist a man on a girder? The line is flirtatious, yes, but it is also a quiet admission that she has already begun to measure the world differently because of him. Height no longer means only danger. It also means the possibility of being seen from a new angle by someone who is willing to meet her there. The lunch whistle ends the moment with the abruptness that construction sites demand. The world below reasserts itself. The men return to work. The private picnic in the sky is over. And yet something has been permanently altered. Lucy walks back toward the elevator carrying more than a hard hat with her name on it. She carries the knowledge that there is a man in the world who looked at her standing on an unfinished floor and decided she belonged there. I still feel protective of her most fiercely in the final seconds of the sequence when the camera lets us see the small private smile that crosses her face once Frank has turned away. It is not the smile of a woman who has just completed a successful scheme. It is the smile of a woman who has been given a glimpse of a different kind of future, one that does not require disguises or locked doors or elaborate deceptions. Only the willingness to stand a little higher than she is used to and trust that someone will notice. The mid-1960s were full of such fragile beginnings. Buildings rose. People reached for one another across the open spaces of unfinished lives. Most of those beginnings did not survive the pressure of ordinary days. Some of them did. The show never tells us in this composite whether Lucy and Frank's particular beginning will endure. What it does tell us with extraordinary tenderness is that for one lunch hour on an open floor above the city it was real enough to matter. Every time I reach the end of this sequence I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary. turning over the particular texture of hope that the scene has just offered. The hard hat is still in her hands. The champagne glasses are empty. The whistle has already returned the world to its ordinary noise. And Lucy Carmichael, who only days earlier was locked inside a modern apartment with an apple and a missing key, is now carrying the sky with her as she descends. I still love her for the way she lets herself be changed by the height. I still love Frank for the simple practical tenderness of a gift that says her name out loud in a place where names are usually shouted over the noise of machinery. And I still feel the protective ache because I know the composite will not let this softness last forever. The spy farce is coming. The racetrack is coming. Iron Man Carmichael is coming. But for these few minutes above the city, the only thing that matters is a woman in a hard hat, learning how to stand in the open air, and a man who is willing to wait while she finds her balance. That is enough. That has always been enough. And it is the reason I keep returning to this material notebook. Open heart already aching, with the particular joy of watching Lucy Carmichael discover that sometimes the most dangerous place is also the one that lets her breathe. I still feel a small protective ache the moment the James Bond fever takes hold. Even after all these years of late-night rewatching, the particular brightness that enters Lucy's eyes when the conversation turns to enemy agents and silver crowns and cigarette holders still makes me lean forward in the dark. She has just come from the open air of the construction site from Champagne on a girder and a hard hat with her name on it. And now she is seated in the sophisticated half-light of the International Supper Club letting a spy movie rewrite the ordinary world around her. The transition is pure Lucy. 1 minute she is learning how to stand in the unfinished sky. The next, she is scanning the room for men who might be working for the other side. The conversation begins innocently enough. Mooney has taken the Countess to the movies and Lucy has tagged along in the way she always does, grateful for the invitation, already rewriting the evening into something larger than itself. Listen, did you notice that the Countess figured out who the enemy agent was even before James Bond? The pride in her voice is genuine and slightly possessive. She is not simply recounting a clever deduction. She is claiming the Countess's sharpness as further proof that the people she loves are extraordinary. When Rosie explains the pipe-shaped cigarette holder and the silver dental work that would have given the agent away, Lucy listens with the rapt attention of a woman who has just been handed a new set of rules for reading the world. What moves me most even after all these years is the speed with which the game becomes real for her. The mid-1960s were saturated with James Bond. The films had turned the Cold War into a kind of glamorous puzzle that ordinary people could play along with from their living room sofas. Lucy does not treat the puzzle as entertainment. She treats it as a practical skill that might be useful at any moment. When she looks across the supper club and sees a man with a cigarette holder and a trench coat, the leap from movie to reality is instantaneous and complete. A spy, yes, he's got a cigarette holder just like the enemy agent in the picture. The way Ball's voice drops into that urgent private register still sends a small shiver through me. She is no longer performing for Mooney or the Countess. She is reporting from the front lines of a war that exists primarily in her own imagination. Mooney's reaction is pure Gale Gordon gold. He is exhausted by the idea before it has even fully formed. Now you two ladies are still under the influence of that James Bond movie. The line is delivered with the weary authority of a man who has spent years trying to keep Lucy's imagination from rearranging the furniture of ordinary life. He is not entirely wrong. The movie has done its work, but he underestimates, as he always does, the particular stubbornness with which Lucy commits to a new reality once she has decided it is true. The decision to check for silver fillings is one of those perfect Lucy schemes that manage to be both completely logical inside her own mind and utterly deranged from the outside. I'm gonna see if he has any silver dental work. The plan is simple. She will walk up to a perfect stranger, look inside his mouth, and determine whether he is a foreign agent. Mooney's protest is immediate and doomed. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, you cannot go up to a perfect stranger, look in his mouth, and ask him if he has silver filling. Lucy's solution is even more characteristic. If she cannot treat him like a stranger, she will simply pretend he is an old friend. The Danny Dansinger sequence that follows is pure physical and verbal comedy of the highest order. Lucy launches herself at the man with the exuberant force of a woman who has not seen a dear friend in years. Well, if it isn't the dancing again, you old son of a gun. The back slapping, the loud recognition, the complete invasion of the man's personal space, all of it is played with Ball's unmatched commitment. The stranger's confusion is absolute. When he finally manages to extract a name, Zorkin, Lucy pivots without missing a beat. She is no longer looking for Danny Dansinger. She is now fascinated by Zorkin, by his accent, by the possibility that he might say something in his native language that will further confirm her suspicions. Do you speak Kalinovich Drontarok? The invented language is delivered with such cheerful confidence that for a moment even the audience almost believes it might be real. When Zorkin replies that it means get lost, the laugh is huge, but underneath it there is something more touching. Lucy is not simply teasing a stranger. She is testing the edges of a world that feels suddenly full of hidden meanings. The Cold War had taught an entire generation that ordinary surfaces could not be trusted. Lucy, who has never needed much encouragement to distrust surfaces, takes the lesson and runs with it. I still feel protective of her most fiercely when she fails to get the man to open his mouth. The disappointment on her face is real. She has come so close. She has established contact. She has even gotten him to speak. And yet the silver fillings remain a mystery. The way she reports the failure back to Rosie and Mooney couldn't even get him to open his mouth. Oh, that's the trouble with spies, is both funny and strangely melancholy. In Lucy's moral universe, spies ought to cooperate with the investigation. The fact that they do not is just another example of how the world refuses to play fair. The decision to switch the vodka for water is the moment the scheme levels up from private investigation to active counter-espionage. Rosie, who has been watching the entire performance with the particular mixture of alarm and reluctant admiration that only a lifelong friend can manage, steps fully into the game. The Countess Framboise persona, so useful for selling apartments and protecting dignity, is now pressed into service as a fellow agent. When she orders the vodka with her compliments and the 4 glasses of water in the same size glass, the plan is already elegant in its simplicity. They will get him drunk on water. They will win his confidence. They will use him to reach the higher-up man known only as him. What moves me most in this sequence is the quiet joy Lucy takes in the complexity of the deception. She has always been happiest when the ordinary world can be rewritten into something with higher stakes. The locked apartment was a disaster of her own making. The construction site was an unexpected opening into softness and height. The supper club becomes a theater of international intrigue in which she finally gets to play the role she has been rehearsing since the credits of the James Bond movie rolled. The fact that the role is almost entirely imaginary does not diminish the satisfaction. If anything, it increases it. Lucy has never needed the world's permission to begin a new story. The mid-1960s were full of such private Cold Wars. Ordinary people scanned their neighbors for signs of hidden allegiance. Cigarette holders and trench coats and foreign accents became evidence. Lucy simply takes the cultural atmosphere and pushes it to its most theatrical extreme. She does not merely suspect. She investigates. She does not merely investigate. She invents an entire operational plan that involves water, vodka, invented languages, and the eventual rendezvous with a man known only as him. The escalation is both ridiculous and deeply characteristic. Once Lucy decides that the world is a spy movie, she will not rest until she has been given a part. I still feel the protective ache when I watch her working so hard to be taken seriously inside a game that no one else is playing. Mooney is exhausted. Rosie is half in and half out, protected by the Countess persona that lets her treat the entire evening as an amusing performance. Lucy is all in. She has skin in the game. The possibility that Zorkin might actually be a spy is less important to her than the possibility that she might get to be the person who discovers him. In a life that so often reduces her to the woman who creates disasters, the role of sharp-eyed agent is a form of dignity she is not willing to surrender. The sequence ends with the plan in motion and the evening still full of dangerous possibility. The water vodka is on its way. The higher-up man is still only a rumor. The silver fillings remain unseen. And Lucy Carmichael, who only hours earlier was learning how to stand on an unfinished floor above the city, is now leaning across a supper club table with the bright private intensity of a woman who has just found a new vertical to climb. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of hunger that the scene has just revealed. It is not the hunger of the locked apartment and its single apple. It is the hunger to matter inside a story larger than the ordinary day. Lucy has always carried that hunger. The James Bond fever simply gives it a costume and a set of rules. The fact that the rules are imaginary does not make the hunger less real. I still love her for the completeness of the commitment. I still wince in advance for the trouble it will cause. And I still feel the protective ache because I know that the woman who is currently arranging water, vodka, and invented languages is the same woman who will soon be impersonating Carol Channing at an army gate and carrying a marshmallow camera toward obsolete missiles. The escalation is already inevitable. The joy she takes in it is already shining. And I am right here on the couch. Notebook open, heart already braced for the particular madness of watching Lucy Carmichael decide that the Cold War needs her personal attention. I still feel a small protective ache the moment the marshmallow camera appears. Even after all these years of late night rewatching the particular absurdity of that object, the way it sits in Lucy's hand like a child's treat and yet carries the full weight of an international incident still makes my chest tighten with a mixture of delight and dread. She has moved so far from the locked apartment and the construction site girder that the earlier sequences feel like they belong to a different woman. And yet it is the same Lucy. The same stubborn refusal to leave a story half told. The same bright, dangerous conviction that if the world will not supply her with a proper adventure, she will simply invent one and then live inside it until the consequences arrive. The assignment is delivered with the straight-faced solemnity that the best spy farces always manage. Tonight, a big Broadway star is giving a show at the theater in the camp. There will only be one guard at the gate. Their mission is to get past the sentry, get inside and photograph the new missiles. The camera looks like a marshmallow. When you squeeze it, it takes the picture. And if you are caught, you must eat the evidence. The instructions are so perfectly ridiculous that for a moment even Rosie seems to hesitate. Lucy does not hesitate. She has been waiting for instructions like these her entire life. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the completeness with which she commits to the Carol Channing impersonation. She does not simply put on a blonde wig and hope for the best. She builds an entire relationship with an imaginary maid named Suzanne. She invents a reason for being outside the theater. She prepares an entire outdoor performance for the sentry in case he refuses to let them pass. The level of preparation is both insane and deeply characteristic. Lucy has never been content with half measures. If she is going to be Carol Channing for 10 minutes, she is going to be the most thorough Carol Channing the United States Army has ever encountered. The gate sequence itself is one of the great physical and verbal set pieces of the entire composite. Pardon me, young man, I'm looking for Miss Channing. The voice is already shifting, already taking on the particular bright theatrical cadence that Ball always used when Lucy was performing a famous person. When the sentry explains that this is a security area and he cannot let anyone through, Lucy's response is pure improvisational genius. If he will not come inside to see the show, then little Carol will simply do the show right there at the gate for a little Osar. The invented word, the sudden decision to perform the complete invasion of the sentry's ordinary evening, all of it is played with the fearless momentum that only Lucille Ball could sustain. I still feel protective of the poor soldier. Saul Schwartz has done nothing to deserve a full Carol Channing concert at his post. And yet, there is something almost tender in the way Lucy refuses to treat him as an obstacle. He is an audience. And Lucy, even in the middle of an international incident of her own making, has never been able to resist an audience. The performance is brief and completely sincere. She sings. She charms. She calls him Charlie, for reasons that exist only inside the private logic of the moment. And when it is over, they have the picture. The marshmallow camera has done its work and the mission has succeeded through the simple application of overwhelming theatrical force. The blindfolded rendezvous that follows is where the farce reaches its purest form. Zorkin insists on the blindfolds because he is the only one who knows the location of him's headquarters. Lucy's protest is immediate and practical. You don't expect me to drive an automobile blindfolded even in California. The line is pure Carmichael common sense dropped into the middle of a spy thriller, and it still makes me laugh out loud. The fact that Zorkin is driving does not make the situation any less absurd. They are three people in a car, two of them blindfolded, traveling toward a meeting with a man known only as him, carrying photographs of obsolete missiles taken with a camera that looks like a piece of candy. When the blindfolds finally come off and the leader is revealed, the comedy turns on a single perfect misunderstanding. Lucy and Rosie believe they have successfully infiltrated an enemy spy ring. The men in the room believe they have successfully trapped two amateur American agents. The mutual conviction is so complete that for several minutes both sides operate inside entirely different realities. The moment when Lucy is asked to hand over the film and instead begins the eat the evidence protocol is one of those rare comic peaks where the audience can feel the entire structure of the scene trembling under the weight of its own logic. The perfume bottle that is actually nitroglycerin or the nitroglycerin that is actually perfume is the kind of object that could only exist inside a Lucy scheme. The confusion is total. The stakes are suddenly life and death. And Lucy, who has spent the entire evening treating the Cold War as a particularly elaborate game of dress-up, is forced to confront the possibility that the game has become real. The way Ball plays the shift from theatrical confidence to genuine alarm is still one of the most impressive pieces of comic acting I know. She does not underplay the fear. She simply lets it exist alongside the residual momentum of the performance, so that for a few seconds we see both the woman who has been playing Carol Channing and the woman who is suddenly worried she might actually die. The phone call to United States intelligence is pure Lucy problem-solving. She does not panic, she does not collapse. She simply demands to be connected to someone in authority and then delivers a report that manages to be both urgent and completely incomprehensible to the person on the other end. Colonel, my name is Lucille Carmichael, and I need some intelligence right away. The line is perfect. She needs intelligence. She also needs someone to come and sort out the particular disaster she has created by taking a marshmallow camera to an army base. The fact that the colonel eventually understands enough to send help does not diminish the beauty of the initial confusion. Lucy has once again forced the ordinary machinery of the world to rearrange itself around the shape of her imagination. What moves me most in this entire sequence is the quiet through line of loyalty that never quite disappears beneath the farce. Rosie is still there. Mooney, against every instinct he possesses, is still there. The three of them have moved from a locked apartment to a construction site to a supper club to an army gate to a blindfolded meeting with a man called him, and through it all the central relationship has held. Lucy creates the disasters. The others complain, protest, threaten to leave. And then stay. The pattern is so consistent that it begins to feel less like comedy and more like a form of hard-won love. The mid-1960s were full of stories about ordinary people who accidentally stumbled into the Cold War. Most of those stories treated the collision as a fantasy of competence. The housewife who outsmarts the professional spies, the everyman who saves the free world between shifts. Lucy's version is different. She does not outsmart anyone. She simply overwhelms the situation with so much commitment, so much theatrical energy, and so much stubborn refusal to admit she might be wrong, that the professional spies are forced to deal with her on her own terms. The result is not a victory for the free world. The result is a colonel who has to explain to a pair of exhausted women that their poker and dagger game could have had very serious consequences. I still feel the protective ache most sharply in the final moments of the sequence when the official world finally asserts itself and the game is declared over. Lucy's face, when she realizes that the entire evening has been a misunderstanding of almost cosmic proportions, is a study in residual adrenaline and sudden deflation. She has been Carol Channing. She has carried a marshmallow camera into a restricted area. She has sat blindfolded in a car traveling toward a man called him. And now she is being told that she must never meddle with the United States government again. The reprimand is deserved. The adventure has been real to her in ways that no reprimand can touch. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular hunger that has driven every choice from the supper club to the army gate. It is the same hunger that locked them in the high-rise. The same hunger that sent her out onto the ledge. The same hunger that let her stand on an unfinished floor and accept a hard hat with her name on it. Lucy wants the world to be larger than it is. When the world refuses, she simply builds a larger one out of wigs and marshmallow cameras and invented languages and the unshakable conviction that this time, the story will finally make room for her. I still love her for it. Even as I wince at the danger. Even as I recognize the exhaustion on Mooney's face, and the quiet alarm in Rosie's eyes. Especially then, because the woman who impersonates Carol Channing at an army gate in order to photograph obsolete missiles with a candy camera is the same woman who once decided that her friend should not have to go hungry. The methods have become more elaborate, the stakes have become more absurd. The loyalty underneath has not changed at all. That continuity is the reason I keep returning to this material. It is the reason the laughter still feels like a form of grace. And it is the reason that even now, when the marshmallow camera first appears in her hand, I lean forward in the dark notebook, open heart already aching with protective love for the woman who would rather risk an international incident than accept an ordinary evening. I still feel a small protective ache the moment the scene returns to Lucy's kitchen and the ordinary steam of cooking. Even after all these years of late night, rewatching the shift from army gates and marshmallow cameras and men called him back to the familiar clutter of pots and the smell of turkey still undoes me. The grand espionage fever has burned itself out. The colonel has delivered his warning, the world of international intrigue has closed its doors. And Lucy Carmichael is once again standing in her own kitchen trying to reclaim the simple rhythms of a life that has never once consented to stay simple. Mary Jane is already there, of course. She is the kind of friend who arrives with her own turkey and her own complicated family and her own unshakable assumption that Lucy's kitchen is an extension of her own. The conversation begins with the easy overlapping talk of women who have known each other long enough to skip the formalities. Mary Jane is cooking for a small army of relatives who will soon descend and argue about who gets to carve. Lucy is trying to keep her appetite intact for an elegant dinner with Frank. The contrast is perfect. One woman is preparing for the noisy knife-filled chaos of family. The other is preparing for a night with a man who has already proven he can fall asleep sitting up after 48 hours on a construction site. When the subject turns to Frank, Lucy's voice softens in a way I still find almost painfully tender. I really don't know him very well, but the little bit that I know is very nice. The understatement is characteristic. She has stood with him on an unfinished floor above the city. She has accepted a hard hat with her name on it. She has toasted to having their heads in the clouds. And yet, she still protects the feeling by keeping the language small. Mary Jane's response is pure best friend exaggeration. He looks like the Washington Monument with a suntan. Lucy's laugh is bright and private. For a few minutes, the kitchen feels safe. The spy farce is finished. The locked apartment is a memory. The only danger on the horizon is the ordinary danger of hoping for a pleasant evening. Then Frank arrives. I still feel the protective ache most sharply when he walks through the door. He is exhausted in a way that goes beyond ordinary tiredness. 48 hours without sleep has left him moving carefully as if the air itself has become heavier. He refuses to sit at first. He is afraid that if he sits he will not get up again. The warning about the karate is delivered with the flat sincerity of a man who has learned the lesson the hard way. During the war, I was a commando, and I learned karate, and when somebody wakes me up sudden like I start swinging. He broke his brother's nose once. The information is offered as practical advice, not drama. Lucy listens with the particular mixture of concern and budding affection that has been building since the construction site. She does not yet understand how completely the evening is about to be rewritten by that single piece of information. The decision to let him rest for 10 minutes is pure Lucy kindness. She sees the exhaustion. She wants to take care of him. She also wants the evening to be elegant, and an elegant evening cannot begin with a man who is swaying on his feet. The plan is simple. He will nap. She will wake him gently. They will go to dinner. The plan lasts approximately as long as it takes for Frank to close his eyes. What follows is one of the purest descents into domestic chaos the composite has yet offered. Frank is asleep. Lucy and Mary Jane are left with a turkey, a case of hiccups, and the impending arrival of Mary Jane's entire extended family. The hiccups are the first small disaster. Lucy always gets them when she is hungry. The smell of the turkey has been driving her crazy. Mary Jane's solution, a paper bag over the head, is the kind of folk remedy that always works in theory and never quite works in practice. The visual of Lucy standing in her kitchen with a paper bag on her head while a man who knows karate sleeps a few feet away is already enough to make me laugh. Then Aunt Gussie arrives. The collision of the sleeping commando, the hiccuping woman with a bag on her head, and the sharp-tongued relative who has come for turkey is pure farce, but it is farce built on something real. Lucy is trying to protect Frank's rest. She is trying to protect Mary Jane's family dinner. She is trying to protect the fragile possibility of a romantic evening. The world simply refuses to let her protect anything for more than 30 consecutive seconds. When Frank finally wakes, and the karate training takes over, the destruction is swift and impartial. The turkey does not stand a chance. I still feel protective of everyone in the room during the aftermath. Frank is horrified. He has destroyed the centerpiece of a family meal with a single reflexive swing. Lucy is already forgiving him before he has finished apologizing. Mary Jane is calculating how to feed a house full of relatives with whatever is left. The ordinary kitchen has become a disaster site, and the cause is not a locked door or a marshmallow camera or a man called him. The cause is simply a kind man who was too tired to stay awake and a woman who was too soft-hearted to let him leave. Mooney's arrival is the final turn of the screw. He has come from the construction site to demand that Frank return immediately. The building is falling behind. The bank's money is at stake. The romantic evening is officially cancelled by the same forces of schedule and obligation that have always ruled Mooney's world. Frank's protest is quiet and exhausted. He has already wrecked Lucy's house with one hand. He has already ruined the turkey. He has already failed at the simple task of staying awake for dinner. Mooney is unmoved. The building does not care about any of that. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the way Lucy handles the collapse of the evening. There is no grand speech. There is no elaborate scheme to reclaim the night. She simply absorbs the loss with the same practical grace she has always shown when the world refuses to cooperate with her hopes. She has been Carol Channing at an army gate. She has stood on a girder above the city. She has locked 3 people in a high-rise for the sake of a friend's commission. And now she is standing in a kitchen full of turkey wreckage watching the man she likes being ordered back to work by the same banker who once refused to look at an apartment because the agent was a friend of hers. The continuity of disappointment is almost elegant. The mid-1960s were full of such domestic interludes, moments when the larger forces of work and family and exhaustion simply walked into the kitchen and rearranged the furniture of private hope. Lucy has never been good at protecting her softer plans from those forces. She is too busy creating larger disasters to defend the small, quiet possibilities, and yet the softness remains. The way she looks at Frank as he prepares to leave still carries the same private light that appeared on the unfinished floor when he first gave her the hard hat. The evening is ruined, the feeling is not. I still feel the protective ache most sharply when the kitchen finally empties and Lucy is left with the debris. Mary Jane has taken what remains of the turkey. Frank has been claimed by the building. Mooney has returned to his checkbook and his blueprints. The ordinary world has reasserted itself with almost insulting completeness. And Lucy Carmichael, who only hours earlier was carrying a marshmallow camera toward restricted missiles, is once again a woman in a kitchen trying to decide what to do with the rest of an evening that has refused to become anything special. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of resilience the scene has just required of her. The grand adventures are finished for now. The locked apartment, the ledge, the girder, the army gate, all of them have given way to turkey bones and hiccups. and the quiet knowledge that the man she likes is currently being driven back to a construction site because a 39-story building will not wait for anyone's dinner plans. The return to everyday chaos is not a failure of the story. It is the story insisting on its own honesty. Lucy's life has never been able to sustain the larger-than-life sequences for long. The kitchen always reclaims her. I still love her for the way she lets it. There is no bitterness in the final moments of the sequence. There is only the familiar stubborn willingness to begin again from whatever debris the evening has left behind. That willingness is the quality that has kept me returning to this material for decades. It is the reason the protective ache never quite fades. And it is the reason that even now, when the turkey is destroyed, and the karate has been deployed and the building has won, I lean forward in the dark notebook open, already waiting for whatever ordinary miracle she will invent next out of the ruins of a dinner that never happened. I still feel a small protective ache the moment Lucy and Mary Jane step onto the grounds of the racetrack. Even after all these years of late night, rewatching the particular brightness of the day, the distant sound of the crowd, the way the lake sits there like a dark joke for the losers, still makes my chest tighten with a mixture of anticipation and dread. She has come from the ruined turkey and the karate nap and the cancelled dinner with Frank. She has finagled a day off from Mooney by the simple method of letting her bookkeeping drive a $2 million computer into shock. And now she is standing in the open air of the track with a free ticket and the dangerous conviction that this time the ordinary world might finally pay out. Mary Jane is already ahead. She has hit a winner because Lucy casually mentioned that the mustard on her hot dog was hot stuff. The hunch bet has paid. Lucy's protest is immediate and pure. Oh, for heaven's sake, Mary Jane, I was talking about the mustard on my hot dog. The line is delivered with that particular ball mixture of exasperation and reluctant delight. She does not believe in hunches. She believes in systems. And yet the systems she believes in have a way of looking exactly like madness once she begins to explain them. The arrival of Mr. Mooney is one of those perfect collisions the show specialized in. He is not supposed to be here. A banker at a racetrack is, in his own immortal words, as conspicuous as Yul Brynner standing among the Beatles. The comparison is so precise and so of its moment that I still laugh out loud every time. Gale Gordon plays the discomfort with exquisite restraint. He has come because of a dream. He dreamed he was a racehorse. He told his wife Irma. Irma found a horse named Banker's Dream running in the fifth at 25-1, and now Theodore J. Mooney, the man who once refused to look at an apartment because the agent was a friend of Lucy's, is standing at the rail with $10 in his hand and the uneasy hope that a dream might be worth listening to. What moves me most, even after all these years, is the way Lucy's face changes when she realizes he is actually going to bet. There is mischief there, of course. There is also a soft, almost sisterly concern. She knows what money means to him. She knows what the loss of money does to the carefully maintained structure of his dignity. And she is already beginning to calculate how to protect him from himself, even as she is calculating how to beat the system with a system of her own. The scientific selection of Redhead Mary is pure Lucy Carmichael genius. She does not simply like the name. She builds an entire mathematical cathedral on top of it. Redhead Mary is number 9 in the program. Redhead Mary, this is the 5th race. 9 times 5 is 45. The race is 6 furlongs. 6 plus 45 is 51. The jockey's weight is 119 pounds. 119 plus 51 is 170. Divide by the horse's age, which is 10, and you get 17. Add the $2 they are going to bet and you reach 19. Subtract 10. And you arrive back at 9. Redhead Mary is 9. The logic is airtight once you accept the premise that the universe is organized around the fact that Lucy is a redhead and her friend is named Mary. I still feel protective of her most fiercely when she delivers the final triumphant calculation. But Lucy, why did you subtract 10 from 19? Mary Jane's question is reasonable. Lucy's answer is one of the purest expressions of her particular relationship to reality that the entire composite has to offer. Well, how else could I make it come out 9? The line is delivered without a trace of irony. She is not joking. she has decided that Redhead Mary must win. And the mathematics have been gently encouraged to agree. In that moment, she is both completely ridiculous and completely free. The locked apartment, the ledge, the marshmallow camera, the destroyed turkey, all of them fall away. There is only the bright private certainty that she has found a way to make the numbers behave. When Redhead Mary wins, the joy is absolute. Lucy and Mary Jane are jumping, shouting, already spending the money in their heads. The $2 ticket has become a small fortune. Mooney's $10 ticket on Banker's Dream is a polite loss that no one has to take too seriously. And then the announcement comes. There has been an inquiry. Redhead Mary has been disqualified. The official winner is Banker's Dream. The silence that follows is one of the most eloquent in the entire composite. Lucy's face does not simply fall. It collapses through several distinct stages of realization. The first is disbelief. The second is the sudden memory of the ticket she has already torn into small pieces because she was so certain Redhead Mary had won. The third is the full catastrophic understanding of what those small pieces represent. Mooney's $10 at 25 to 1 would have returned $250. She is holding approximately 30 cents of paper confetti and the knowledge that she has just destroyed the one piece of good luck Theodore J. Mooney has had in the entire composite. I just tore up his ticket. The way Ball delivers the line still makes my stomach drop. There is no attempt to soften it. There is only the flat, horrified admission of a woman who has once again taken something valuable and turned it into debris through the simple application of her own enthusiasm. Mary Jane's attempts to reassemble the ticket are touching and completely useless. The pieces are too small, the damage is too complete. Mooney is going to kill her. The phrase is repeated with the particular certainty of someone who has known him long enough to mean it literally. What moves me most in this sequence is the speed with which Lucy moves from despair to solution. She does not sit with the disaster. She never has. The same mind that built a mathematical cathedral on top of a horse's number is already scanning the environment for a way to replace $250 before Mooney discovers the loss. When the director from the studio appears and begins talking about Iron Man Carmichael, the pivot is almost visible in her eyes. The stuntman job pays $250. The number is exact. The universe which only moments earlier had disqualified her winner and destroyed her friend's ticket has just offered her a way to make the books balance again. The conversation with the director is a masterclass in Lucy's particular brand of desperate improvisation. Iron Man is her brother. He is in Miami boxing polar bears. The polar bears went there for the winter. The lies arrive fully formed and completely sincere. When the director expresses disappointment, Lucy's second thought is already in motion. She can be Iron Man again. She has done it before. The bruises were nothing to laugh at. But the money made her smile all the way to the bank except for the stop at the doctor for X-rays. The callback to her previous career as a stuntman is both funny and strangely moving. She has already proven she is willing to be shot out of a cannon for the right reasons. $250 and the chance to keep Mooney from murdering her are more than enough reason to put the mustache back on. I still feel the protective ache most sharply when she makes the final decision. The racetrack has taken Mooney's ticket. The racetrack has given her a way to replace it. The symmetry is almost elegant. The woman who only this morning was explaining how her bookkeeping had blown out every power line between here and Boulder Dam is now preparing to let herself be stuffed into a cannon so that a banker can have his $250 back. The loyalty is absolute. The method is, as always, completely deranged. The mid-1960s were full of stories about ordinary people who went to the track looking for a small piece of luck and found instead a larger piece of trouble. Lucy's version is different only in the scale of her response. Most people would have confessed. Most people would have offered to pay the money back over time. Lucy looks at the torn ticket and the exact matching figure of the stunt job and decides that the only reasonable course of action is to become a man named Iron Man Carmichael and let herself be fired out of a cannon in a pirate picture. The logic is flawless once you accept the premise that she is responsible for every bad thing that happens to the people she loves. Every time I reach the end of this sequence, I find myself sitting in the dark a little longer than necessary, turning over the particular texture of responsibility the scene has just revealed. The torn ticket is not merely a comic prop. It is the physical evidence of a woman who cannot stop trying to fix things even when the fixing requires her to destroy her own body for money. The same loyalty that locked 3 people in a high-rise and sent her onto an 18th-floor ledge and made her impersonate Carol Channing at an army gate is now preparing to stuff her into a cannon. The continuity is almost frightening. The love underneath it is not. I still love her for the completeness of the commitment. I still wince in advance for the bruises and the cannon, and the particular look on Mooney's face, when he eventually discovers what she has done for him. Especially then. Because the woman standing at the racetrack with a handful of paper confetti and a sudden desperate plan is the same woman who once decided that Rosie should not have to go hungry. The methods have grown more extreme, the stakes have become more physical. The central refusal to let the people she loves remain damaged has not changed at all. That refusal is the reason I keep returning to this material. It is the reason the laughter still feels like a form of grace. And it is the reason that even now, when Redhead Mary is disqualified, and the ticket is already in pieces, and the cannon is already waiting, I lean forward in the dark notebook, open heart, already aching with protective love for the woman who would rather be shot from a cannon than tell Theodore J. Mooney that she has lost his $250.